This is for the ones who were raised on gasoline dreams, for the lug nuts holding tight to the wild red line scenes, for the families, the drivers, the wrench turning crews, for the chrome, the smoke, and the ones who refuse to lose. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, that's who we are. We're a culture, we're a brotherhood, we are rolling motor fire. Bill Nye Boyd, that's the creed written deep in our veins. We turn busted cars into legends and rust into fame. From late night garage grind to race day stadium roars. Every scar on our knuckles unlocked 1,000 doors. We don't back down, we don't break, we don't fold. Every ride we build tells a story worth gold. This is for the ones who were raised on gasoline trains, for the lug nuts holding tight to the wild red line scenes, for the families, the drivers, the wrench turning crews, for the chrome, the smoke, and the ones who refuse to lose. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, that's who we are. We're a culture, we're a brotherhood, we are rolling motor fire. Here's to the nights when the world said slow down, but the engine said no when we stood our ground. To the ones who grew up rich and when the rest took the easy way, we found our path in the piston noise and we'll ride it every day. Pedal to the metal, this is where we belong. Cars, trucks, monster trucks, loud and strong. Passion, pride, lug nuts, side by side. If you love what you drive, then ride, ride, ride. This is for the legends that started in dusty garages, for the kids who chase dreams through the scars and collages, for the racers who gave everything without fail, and the fans who stand proud when the engines wail. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, this ain't a phase. It's our passion, our culture, and we'll live it to the grave. Pedal to the metal, forever in our veins. So look out, we're only getting louder from here. Nothing built strong was ever built out of fear. The road is wide open and the fire won't slow, because this isn't a hobby, this is the only life we know. Pedal down, heads high. We're not done. Pedal down, heads high. Pedal down. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. You're listening to Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music, the show where horsepower, stories, and great music come together. From beautiful collector classics, to fire-breathing race cars, to the ground-shaking thunder of monster trucks. This is where the world of motors meets the power of music. So strap in tight, fire up, and grab your favorite cold drink, because a ride is about to begin. And now, here's your host, Roller.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? guys. How you doing? What's going on, man? Hey, you made it. Congrats. It's so good to see you, man. Blink and a nod. What's up, guys? How you doing down there? My beer garden rowdies are in the house representing well, man. Mezzanine's in the house. You guys doing okay up there? Can I get you anything? You fine? Right on, man. We're gonna have a badass show tonight, guys. Yeah. You guys all right? Okay. Let's just bring it. Let's bring it down a little bit here. Let's bring it down. We got a lot of things to talk about. You know, we got us a good show tonight, man. We really. Robert Haas, my brother from another mother. What's up, baby? How you doing? Anyway, we got excuse me. We got a great show tonight, man. Johnny Blender, what's in the house, my brother? How you doing, man? We've just got it's just this is one of the top five. Okay, I'll guarantee you right now. This is I've been so pumped all day long. Of course, I've been pumped all week because number one, my brother Johnny Blender there has a show radio station in Louisiana, and it's called the Edge Radio US, and he has been gracious enough to give me an hour on his show, and I get to play my music on there. Well, he contacted me in the middle of the show and said that he just couldn't believe the numbers and all that and different things like that. And then he done something that he said he's never done in the whole career of his radio station, and he got on in the middle of somebody else's podcast and was talking about, hello Carter, how you doing? Happy birthday to your daddy, Carter. Happy birthday, Mark Chiffon. Anyway, he said roller show is just doing leaps and bounds, and he said I've never got on here before and done anything like this, and he said I just want to tell you, Roller, keep up the good work, man. And Johnny, that pumped me pumped me up for the whole week, man. And then he texts me again later on, and he says you have 84,000 followers. I was just like, and that's the people that were in there listening to the show at that time. They're not all just following me. They were on his radio station. And when he talked to me the first time, we were in the mid 70s. And when he was said and done, it was 84,000 followers on the show. Man, I was just like, yeah. And you know, it's just, I write this music and I love playing it and stuff. And I really, really love when people like the songs that I write. Like, you know, we've been sending Johnny a lot of country stuff. Well, this week we're switching up on him, man. We're going to be sending him some classic car music, man. We're going to be sending him some stuff from the 70s and the 50s and the 60s, man. And this is all the stuff that I wrote about C10 trucks and, you know, just all kinds of other things, man. It's going to be a complete different one. In fact, I've got the list. I've got the list right here, and this is the list of songs that I'm going to sing this week. Anyway, I got 60 seconds, and I have to leave some room for Johnny to put a commercial in there. I have to put in introduction to a song that I'm going to play for the week and stuff like that. And without doing any of that, I come up with 88.72 minutes of music. So I have to drastically cut songs out of this group here. And this is going to be a tough one, man, because each and every one of these songs is a good song. I mean, we got songs like Patina is Not a Color, It's History, Windshield Therapy, Shakes the Ground, the Texas Cobra. The Texas Cobra is about Carol Shelby. I couldn't use Carol Shelby's name because of the fact is it's trademarked. No, you don't. Send it over. I know the owner. But anyway, the the Texas Cobra is about Carol Shelby. And I started typing in Carol Shelby when I was getting ready to make the song and stuff, and it said, whoa, you can't be doing that. That's a trademark name. So I said, okay, I'm gonna get creative here, and that's what you have to do to get around some of these copyright infringements that these people have on the name and different things like that, you know. And I said, okay, did Carol Shelby have any nicknames that people called him? And it said, yeah, he had two specific names that people called him. One was called the Texas Cobra, and the other one was called Shell. Well, I thought, well, I'm writing a song about a man that created the Cobra. I got to roll with the Texas Cobra, man. So anyway, I made a song called the Texas Cobra, and that's all about Carol Shelby and stuff like that. And then I got one called Mustang Fever, Main Street Memories, The Legend, Hot Rod Mercury, I Owe My Life to That Tailpipe Tune, My Dream Girl, Mopar Magic, Summer Nights at the In and Out, uh, Down on Route 66, that old Speed Shop, which is such a cool song, man. It back in my day when I was into hot rodding big time, I mean, when I was really getting into it and stuff, they had speed shops you could go to and you could buy parts at these speed shops, man. And these guys were so knowledgeable. I mean, well, I heard there was another song about something. Well, Johnny, I'm going to send that one if you want to play it, but I'm going to talk about it here in just a minute. But anyway, these guys were so knowledgeable, and you could tell them, "Hey, man, I got a 350 Chevy, and I want to soup it up," and they tell you what kind of cam to put in it and what size carburetor really works, and I mean they would go to the extreme to really, really. It's on the station now. Right on, Johnny. Right on. But anyway, they would go to the extreme to hook you up and to make sure you had the right stuff. And if you ever needed them, you could call them and you could say, "Hey, I'm having trouble doing this," and they would help you, man. It was so good. But anyway, this song goes through the times when they helped you to now all it is click and ship. You know, you say, okay, I want to buy this manifold and this carburetor, click, and it shipped and arrives on a box and stuff like that. And this car gives the whole history of the old speed shop, man. So it's really a cool song. Sundays in Chrome is a great song. Blue Oval Love, of course, it's for I made this one for the Ford lovers out there that like the Blue Oval. You know, we got to hook them up. Geronimo, I made Geronimo about a buddy of mine, Justin Goulet, about his '56 Chevy Apache, man, and it's just a really it's a true badass truck. I mean, it's a badass. And anyway, so I made that song about him, and then building hot rods with my dad, C10 Summers, and then I made a song that Johnny Blender really likes. He said it really connects with him when he was a young guy, and it's called Harry the Hat. And Harry the Hat is going to be the feature song on the show that next week. And Harry the Hat was made about my grandfather and his hamburger restaurant, and so it's really a cool song, man. So that's going to be the feature song for the for the for the show, and then Cruising California Nights, and then Chevy C10 Blues. So we've got a lot of songs. Johnny, of course, is telling me he knows the guy that owns the station, and I appreciate that. Uh, I sure want to be respectful of other people's time. And if I have to keep it at 60 seconds, Johnny, I don't mind cutting a few songs, man. Really, because we can bring them back the following week. So it's no big deal. But anyway, Johnny called me the other night and he said, he said, my wife in the morning singing hymns and just walking around and just having fun. And he said, all of a sudden in the afternoon, she's singing a song. And he said, you can't believe what it is. And I said, well, what the heck is it? And he said, it's called Tits and Tears, and she's singing it. I said, Johnny, I'm gonna make you a song about tits and tears, and I did. I thought it come out pretty good, and Johnny and his wife, they've loved it. Evidently, he's playing it on the station now, so it's just one of them songs. It's a funny song. It's just it really, I mean, it just come out really good, man. It really did. So I made that for her, and so I'm glad she likes it, Johnny, and I'm glad that you guys like it, man. So we'll have that one included on the list. But you know, guys, we Jo Coddington, she's really busy just in the hot rod world. You know, she's always going to different shows and making appearances and stuff like that. And my buddy Texas Rich is the one that introduced me to Jo Coddington. Once again, he's the man. He helped me out, and I can't thank him enough. And so I made Jo a song, and she absolutely loved it. And so we're gonna play that tonight. And she's really been busy. I mean, she has really been busy. And I just texted her and I told her, I said, "You call me when you think you have time to be on the show." And then this week I got a call, man, and it was it was Jo, and she's like, "Roller, I'm ready if you want to do an interview." And I said, "Do I want to do an interview?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, for sure." And so we hooked it up for tonight and stuff. So we're going to be talking about the late great Boyd Coddington, who I got a chance to meet. My buddy Scott Goodhue's in here, and me and him were in Texas at the auctioneers contest, and I think Boyd was a judge, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe Scott can chime in on that, or he just might have been there. But anyway, I was riding up in the elevator to go put my trophy up after the competition was over, and who do I get in the elevator with but Boyd Coddington and Jo? And I said, "Mr. Coddington," he said, "First of all, it's Boyd." I said, "Okay." I said, "Boyd, I'm a big fan of the show," and that's when the show was going leaps and bounds, you know. And I said, "I'm a big fan," and I said, "I was in the competition, and I seen you there, so I really appreciate it. But could I get you to autograph my trophy?" And man, he said, "Here, give me your trophy." And he signed it real fast. Well, the minute I got home, I took the trophy and I got some clear packing tape and I put that over the signature so nobody'd smudge it off. And I still have the trophy to this day. And it's just, man, it's just awesome. It was really awesome to meet him. And we didn't talk just a few seconds. We sat there and we talked for a little while, you know. So it was really nice of him to take the time and talk to me, let alone did I know that I was going to be one day talking to his wife on my show, nor did I know I was going to have a show. So anyway, everything's looking good, man. Everything's going good on the edge. I'm really happy, and I know Johnny says he is. So, and we're getting a lot of people, man. I want to get that. I want to get that number. I want to get that number up every week. And at 100,000, we're gonna celebrate. If we get 100,000 listeners, we're gonna celebrate, and we're gonna have us a good time. But I really do just look forward to helping this show grow, and just making it all happen. I want this year coming up, 2027, to be an awesome year for Pedal to the Metal Motors and Music, and with people like Johnny Blender, Texas Rich, all you guys, and all the interviews and stuff. We can't help but growing, and that's all there is to it. But I just need, like I tell you every week, I need your help when a song's on, or just when you feel like reaching over, push those hearts, push those thumbs up buttons, man. It helps me go into an algorithm, and then it starts growing. So as we're going, just continue to push them hearts. I mean, I push it a bunch of times. I don't know if it does any good if I do it, but I push it. I push the shit out of it, okay? That's just the way it is, man. So when you hear the songs and you hear all that stuff, man, just push those buttons. Just push, even if you don't like the song, please, just push the buttons. That's all I ask. And then tell your friends about us. I'm making a song right now for a couple that's in here, Jeff and Janet Rollins. And their song is going to be off the chain, man. We're going to hook them up. And I only did it because they are in there supporting my buddy Texas Rich, man, on his. I mean, they're in there in the lives for C10 America Magazine. They're in there for New Music Mondays. They're in there all the time, and they support him. And he supports me so much. I want to help his fan base and I want to support them. So I'm making them a song and hooking them up about their, their C10 truck and stuff. So we're exchanging information right now, and I look forward to creating this song for them and really having a good time with it. So it's going to be good, man. It's going to be great. So beers and drinks at least, Carter. That's I don't know what's going on. I come in the bottom of this conversation, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid when I come into a conversation when my cousin Debbie is talking about beers and drinks. I'm afraid. Okay, I'm really afraid. So you know what? If you got your candy gum cigarettes, let's smoke them. If you don't got them, you gotta get some. You can go right online and get them. And we sit around here on Pedal to the Metal Motors and Music. See, I can't smoke cigars anymore because it messes with my auctioneering. So if I was with Johnny Blender, I'd have to do a gum cigarette, But at least you can go, and a little smoke comes out and makes it look like it. I do miss smoking the cigars. I really do, man. I really do. So anyway, my good buddy Mark Chiffon, it's his birthday today. So we're going to dedicate this whole show to Mark Chiffon for his birthday. How's that? That's what we're going to do. We're going to hook up my brother from another mother who used to be my boss. And he was a good boss. He really was. He was a great boss. And then he became even a better friend. So I miss him dearly, and I would like to see him every once in a while. But I'm glad that Carter's out there getting a chance to spend some time with her daddy and stuff. It's so important. It really is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right here on Pedal to the Metal after we talk about a word from our sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine.
That was the wrong one. Sorry.
You're listening to Pedal to the Metal. Motors and music. Where the engines are loud and the music hits just as hard. Classic cars, hot rods, monster trucks, and the stories behind the builds. Mixed with the music that fuels the ride. From the show field to the arena floor, we bring you the horsepower and the center to match. Stick around, we got more coming your way. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Attention hot rodders, custom builders, truck fans, and motorcycle riders! Get ready for the White Buffalo Car Show coming to downtown Snyder, Texas on Saturday, October 3rd, 2026. Cruise into the heart of Snyder and enjoy a full day packed with classic cars, custom trucks, motorcycles, live music, great food, vendors, shopping around the square, and fun for the whole family. With 25 classes, awards, and even a furthest traveled award, there's something for every kind of ride. Registration is just $20, and all proceeds stay local to support area charities and community programs. And don't miss your chance to meet Texas rich with C10 America during this huge downtown celebration. Plus, cruise into the Friday night meet and greet on October 2nd before the band starts rocking. So polish up that chrome, shine those wheels, and head to the White Buffalo Car Show in downtown Snyder, Texas! The White Buffalo Car Show, where horsepower, hometown pride, and Texas tradition come together. If you're tired of the same recycled playlists and ready for something with real energy, turn your dial, or better yet, go online and lock this in. Introducing the Edge Radio US, based out of Louisiana, and streaming worldwide at theedgeradious.com. This isn't just another internet station. This is where rock and roll live. Everything from the classics that built the foundation to the new bands that are lighting it up today. All genres, all eras, all real music. With over 49,000 listeners per minute worldwide, The Edge Radio US is bringing people together through sound, attitude, and pure music culture. Stream it free, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and take it anywhere you go. And it doesn't stop at music. The Edge also features talk shows covering racing, faith-based topics, celebrity news, new music, and everything in between. There's something for everybody on the dial. Behind it all is Johnny Blender down in Louisiana. Not just running the station, but building hot rods, classic cars, and muscle machines out of his shop in true gearhead fashion. Wanna get involved? Email edgeradious@gmail.com. Sponsorships and show opportunities are available. That's The Edge Radio US, where music, motors, and real talk meet. When your equipment goes down, your whole day comes to a stop. That's where Garner Repair comes in. Owned and operated by Austin Garner, Garner Repair brings professional, reliable mobile equipment repair right to you. No hauling, no waiting, no wasted time. From engine repair to hydraulic systems to electrical diagnostics and full preventative maintenance, Garner Repair keeps your equipment running strong. Whether you're on a job site, a ranch, or out in the field, Austin shows up ready to get the job done right the first time. Fast response, honest work, dependable service you can trust.
Call 303-588-7940.
That's 303-588-7940. Or email garnerrepair@gmail.com. Garner Repair, keeping your equipment moving so you can keep moving forward. And now, we return to Pedal to the Metal. Motors and music. With your host, Roller.
With your host, Roller. Yeah, baby, what's up? This is Roller. Anyway, guys, making its debut right here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music is a song that Mama Blender come up with, man. And I'm telling you what, we're going to play it. This is called Tits and Tears. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
That same old bar, park my truck underneath that neon star. A buddy said, boy, you gotta get her off your mind. So I ordered up a double and said, hell, I'll try. There were long-legged girls and long-necked beers, jukebox drowning out another bad year. I came looking for something to make her disappear, and wound up surrounded by tits and tears. Everybody's laughing like nobody hurts. Everybody's hiding something under those shirts. Some come looking for love, some come looking for cheers. Some just come for the tits and tears. Tits and tears, whiskey and smoke, pretty little promises nobody spoke. A little bit of heaven till the morning appears. Then it's empty bar stools and tits and tears.
was tits and tears. She slid beside me in a little black dress, said you look like a man who could use some forgive. I bought her a drink, she bought me some time, but halfway through the second round she started to cry. Said some cowboy left her 3 weeks ago. Now she comes here every Friday putting on a show. I laughed and said, honey, looks like we're both volunteers in this Friday night circus. Said, tits and tears, tits and tears, whiskey and smoke, pretty little promises nobody spoke. A little bit of heaven till the morning appears, then it's empty bar stools and tits and tears. You can chase that feeling, you can drown those years, you can hold somebody close, but she still ain't here. I thought I'd find a cure between the bottles and beers. All I found was tits and tears. Last call came and the lights came on. Funny how the magic disappears before dawn. Mascara running, lonely hearts getting clear. Ain't much left but the truth in the mirror, and I finally figured out what brought me here. It wasn't the whiskey, the women, or the beer. I was looking for the one thing I lost last year, trying to find her in tits and tears. Tits and tears, whiskey and smoke, broken hearts hiding behind dirty jokes. Everybody's bulletproof till closing time nears. Then the truth comes out in tits and tears. I can chase that feeling for another 10 years, but another pretty stranger won't bring you back here. So I laid down my money and walked out of there, left behind those tits and tears. Yeah, I came looking for something to make you disappear, but some hearts don't heal on tits and tears.
There you go, Tits and Tears, right here on Pedal to the Metal Motors and Music. What's up there, Mr. Ethan McDowell, the best radio on the air? Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'll make sure that I pay you next time. I'm going to pay your wife. I'm going to pay your wife because she's going to be pain and suffering on Tuesdays from now on. She ain't going to be with Scotty. She's going to be with Mark, and she's going to be paining, so I understand. I understand. But anyway, I have been lucky enough to be asked to help film the Auctioneers, Colorado Auctioneers Association kids charity auction, the fun auction. I don't know who that is, so I'm not answering it. But anyway, we're going to be filming that on Friday night, and then I'm going to be listening to Ralph Wade. He's going to be a speaker there. And then on Sunday, we have the live auction for the big auction. And so I get to film that. And then I'm going to have the winner of the Ringman competition and the winner of the auctioneer competition. I'm going to give them a night on the show. And we're going to be talking to them about their newfound glory and stuff like that. So I figured, I better come up. I have some songs already, but I figured I better come up with some more songs about. I don't know who keeps calling me, but I can't answer the phone. Okay, I just can't answer the phone. Anyway, here. I don't know who that is, but I wish they're kind of Rich. If that's you, you're annoying. Okay, if that's you, Rich, you're annoying. Anyway, I come up with some more songs. And we're going to be playing them, and I'm going to have a few thumb drives and some CDs made up in case if there's anybody around. I think say, hey, this is Dalton. Give me a call. Get something set up. Oh, okay, that's Dalton. It's not Rich. I apologize, Rich. That wasn't you calling me. So anyway, I thought, well, you might as well have some CDs made up and some thumb drives, and then you can sell your music there at the contest and stuff. So I'm going to have a CD, a complete CD about auctioneer songs. So one of the songs that I come up with is called Auctioneer Angel, and what this is, it's about a family whose father passed, and he was a big collector of everything, memorabilia, cars, tractors. They lived on a farm, and he had just years and years of collecting stuff. And he passed away, and they were about ready to lose the farm. And they thought, Dad's been his whole life with this collection, and if we sell this collection, I can go ahead and pay some bills here and maybe save this farm. Well, the collection was big enough that it paid all the bills off, and it paid the note to the farm off, and they had money left over. And so this lady thinks this auctioneer was an angel sent by the good Lord above, and we call the song Auctioneer Angel. We're right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
She stood inside that old farmhouse with his picture in her hand. 40 years of love and memories, and a lifetime on that land. He collected cars and treasures. Every barn was filled somehow, but the bills kept coming through the door, and she had to face them now. There were hot rods in the old barn, signs and memories on the wall, farm equipment in the pasture. He spent a lifetime saving it all, but the banker needed payment, and there wasn't money there. So somebody gave her a number and said, call this auctioneer. He was her auctioneer angel with a microphone in his hand. He turned a lifetime full of memories into a way to save that land. Every going once brought hope back, every soul erased to fear. When she thought she'd lose everything, God sent an auctioneer. He walked those barns beside her, never hurried, never rushed. He listened to the stories of everything her husband loved. Said, we'll advertise it proper, we'll bring the buyers here, we'll give us things to sell they deserve. You leave the rest to me, my dear. Then auction morning came around, cars lined up down the road. Collectors came from miles away for the treasures he had stowed. Then that auction chant started rolling like a country melody, and every bid that climbed a little higher brought that widow closer to being free. He was her auctioneer angel with a microphone in his hand. He turned a lifetime full of memories into a way to save that land. Every going once brought hope back, every soul erased to fear. When she thought she'd lose everything, God sent an auctioneer. When the final lot was over and the final bidder paid,
kitchen table to hear what the auction made. The farm was paid, the bills were gone, and there was money left to spare. She looked across that table with tears falling everywhere. She said, "You're my auctioneer angel. You gave me back my life. You honored every memory of a good and loving wife. You saved the home we built together and gave me brighter years. I thought that I had lost it all till an auctioneer appeared. Sometimes angels don't have halos, sometimes wings don't appear. Sometimes they carry a microphone and sound just like an auctioneer."
There you go, Auctioneer Angel right here on Pedal to the Metal Motors and Music. Now, you know, that story or that song is really true, because the things that we do as auctioneers to help people, you know, it's all about helping the people, man, and trying to achieve the most money we can for them, because you get into a lot of situations like that when you do estate sales and different things like that, you know, and those people are really trying to grasp at straws, because, you know, there's a lot of debt with medical and different things like that. So, you know, sometimes when you do good, I mean, people really think of you like, "Hey, man, you really saved me. You're my angel. Thank you so much." So this next one here is called The Auctioneer's Prayer, and we'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
Before the trucks come rolling in, before the first bid starts, before I take that microphone, Lord, settle down my heart. There's more beneath these old things than what the eye can see. Every piece belonged to someone, now they've trusted it to me. Lord, give me a voice that's strong and clear, and the wisdom to be fair. Let every man who raises his hand know there's honesty standing there. Help me remember when the hammer falls, it's more than what things bring. There's a lifetime in these boxes, there's a story in everything. Let me serve these folks the best I can. That's this auctioneer's prayer. That tractor fed a family, those tools built someone's home. That rocking chair held babies who've got babies of their own. There's a wedding ring in a little box and an old watch daddy wore. To some they're only things for sale, to someone there's so much more. Lord, give me a voice that's strong and clear, and the wisdom to be fair. Let every man who raises his hand know there's honesty standing there. Help me remember when the hammer falls, it's more than what things bring. There's a lifetime in these boxes, there's a story in everything. Let me serve these folks the best I can. That's this auctioneer's prayer. I've called beneath the summer sun and through the winter cold. I've watched a watched an old man let things go. I've seen a widow turn away when daddy's truck was sold, and learned the things we leave behind are worth much more than gold. Someday my voice will quiet down, my final sail will end. Someone else will take the microphone and call those bids again. When my old gavel's laid to rest, there's just one thing I pray, that folks will say I gave them fair and did things the right way. Lord, thank you for this voice you gave, and every sail I've shared, for every family who trusted me to handle what they cared for. And when I call my final lot and there's nothing left to sell, I don't need my name in lights, just let them say I served them well. Let me leave this business better than the day I entered there. And until you call me home, Lord, that's this auctioneer's prayer. Give me honesty in every word, and fairness in every call. And when that final hammer falls, Lord, let me know I gave my all.
Hey, this is Roller from Pedal to the Metal Motors and Music. I'd like to give a special shout out to all the men and women serving aboard the USS New York LPD 21. We appreciate everything you do and every sacrifice you make. We know you've got our backs, and we want you to know that we've got yours. From all of us here, thank you for your service. And stay safe out there. Now stay tuned for some of my music right here on The Edge Radio US. This song goes out to the men and women of the USS New York, LPD 21. From a September morning when the whole world changed, from smoke above Manhattan and a nation wrapped in pain, they gathered up the steel where those mighty towers stood, and America said, build her strong and make that memory good. 7.5 tons were given life again, not buried in the ashes, but carried by women and men. Now she wears the name New York upon her battle gray, and carries those we lost with her every mile she makes. From ground zero to the ocean, from the harbor to the blue, there's a piece of American history sailing with her crew. There's steel in her bow and courage on her decks, a promise to remember and a debt we won't forget. Sailors stand and watch tonight, Marines prepared to go, guarding all we love God bless the men and women with steel in her bow. Some work beneath the waterline where daylight never shines. Some turn the wrenches, tend the engines, keep her running through the night. Some stand upon the flight deck with the salt against their face. Some leave that well deck headed toward an unfamiliar place. There are mothers, sons, and daughters. There are husbands, wives, and friends who kiss the ones they love goodbye, not knowing when they'll meet again. They don't ask for recognition, they just answer when they're called. And the name across that stern reminds them what they carried for us all. And somewhere back in New York, a name is carved in stone. The family still remembers someone who never made it home. But part of what was taken still sails the world somehow. The towers may be gone, but their strength is in her bow. USS New York, LPD 21. Born from sacrifice, still sailing strong. Here's to every sailor who has walked her passageways, and every United States Marine who served aboard her grave. You carry New York City, you carry those we lost, you carry first responders who never counted up the cost. And wherever New York sails, beneath the stars, a morning sun, America remembers September 11, 2001. There's steel in her bow and courage on her decks, a promise to remember and a debt we won't forget. Sailors stand and watch tonight, Marines prepared to go, guarding all we love beneath that red, white, and blue. Let the whole world hear it when her colors fly. She was born from sorrow, but she sails with pride. Strength forged through sacrifice, that's the vow. God bless the men and women with steel in her bow. USS New York, LPD 21. Strength forged through sacrifice. Never forget. If heaven has a honky-tonk, there's a band on every stage, playing every country classic from every golden age. The fiddle starts the evening, the steel guitar still cries, and every song reminds you why good music never dies. Old friends gather round you with a smile upon their face. No strangers in this old dance hall, just amazing saving grace. No broken hearts, no lonely tears, no hurt to drag along. Just an endless Friday evening filled with one more country song. If heaven has a honky-tonk, save me one bar stool by the door, where the jukebox never quits and they dance across the floor. If heaven has a honky-tonk, let the neon sign softly glow, with a cold one on the counter and the best old songs we know. I'll shake the hands I've missed so much and hug the ones I've lost. Thank the good Lord for His mercy and the rugged old wooden cross. If heaven has a honky-tonk, that's where you'll find me someday, listening to that country band while the angels play. There's a waitress with a warm smile who knows us all by name. Every story gets a laugh instead of sorrow or blame. Mama's smiling in the corner, Daddy's tapping with the beat. Grandpa's wearing polished boots while keeping perfect time with his feet. The dance floor's always crowded with couples hand in hand. Every step another memory to the greatest country band. Nobody's counting minutes, nobody's watching clocks, 'cause forever starts the moment heaven unlocks. If heaven has a honky-tonk, save me one bar stool by the door, where the jukebox never quits and they dance across the floor. If heaven has a honky-tonk, let the neon softly glow, with a cold one on the counter and the best old songs we know. I'll shake the hands I've missed so much and hug the ones I've lost. Thank the good Lord for His mercy and the rugged old wooden cross. If heaven has a honky-tonk, that's where you'll find me someday, listening to that country band while the angels play. Every prayer becomes a melody, every memory turns to light, every goodbye is forgotten in that everlasting night. The music never fades away, the love will never end. Every song's another blessing shared with family and friends. If heaven has a honky-tonk, I know exactly where I'll be, standing with the ones I love who are waiting there for me. The pedal steel will sing again, the fiddle will always fly, and every note will lift our hearts beneath that endless sky. Until that day I'll live this life with faith to guide me through, and when my time on earth is done, I'll be singing there with you. If heaven has a honky-tonk, there's a band on every stage, and love's the only song they play.
Every back road has a song to sing. Every fence post knows what freedom means. The little speaker may crack and hiss, but it never seems to miss. From harvest moons to summer rain, every melody eases the pain. It's more than music coming through, it's every mile I've ever drove. Turn up that tailgate radio, where the legends
tailgate radio. Every back road has a song to sing. Every fence post knows what freedom means. The little speaker may crack and hiss, but it never seems to miss. From harvest moons to summer rain, every melody is the pain. It's more than music coming through. It's every mile I've ever drove. Turn up that tailgate radio, where the legends never get too old. Merle, Waylon, George, and Hank, singing stories every heart can think. With my left hand resting on the wheel and my right arm catching the breeze I feel, there ain't no place I'd rather go than chasing memories with my tailgate radio. One day these roads will outlive me, and this old Chevy may finally rest, but somewhere another dreamer will climb inside, turn that old radio on, and understand why I loved it best. Turn up that tailgate radio, let those country stories roll. Small block rumble, open skies, a simple life money can't buy. As long as there's a road to roam, this old C10 will lead me home. Long after these tire tracks fade, the songs will still be playing on my tailgate radio. Tailgate radio. Folks admire the shiny ones, all polished up and bright, chrome reflecting every little beam of morning light. But I stopped for faded paint and steel that stood the test, 'cause every scratch and weathered mark says I've survived the rest. Time can leave a wrinkle on a fender or a face, but neither one can ever hide a lifetime filled with grace. Every mile and every scar tell stories worth their weight. You learn the finest things in life. Patina comes with age. Patina comes with age. It isn't something new. It's earned beneath the summer sun and morning's falling dew. You can't buy a lifetime, you can't fake yesterday. The things that last forever, patina comes with age. I've watched old couples walking hand in hand downtown, still smiling at each other while the world keeps spinning round. Like an old farm truck that's faithful every single day, love grows a little richer, patina comes with age. That old pickup's never been the fastest down
every heavy load. Just like these hands beside me, they're stronger every day. Some things are built to last. Patina comes with age. Don't cover up the memories with another coat of paint. The beauty's in the journey, not perfection that it ain't. The dents, the laughs, the tears we've cried, they're badges worn with pride. Patina comes with age, and that's the way it's meant. A life that's truly lived leaves every honest dent. When my days are over and they're putting me away, I hope they'll say I wore my life like patina comes with age. Every scar has a story, every mile leaves a memory, and the best things in this old world come with age.
Friday night finally rolled around. Another long week wearing me down. Loosened my tie in the parking lot. Told myself one or two and then I'm gone. Neon glow and an old bar stool. Low, slow jazz, feeling smooth and cool. Bartender asked the usual tonight. I said, yeah, just something to make things right. Didn't walk in looking for romance. Wasn't thinking love even had a chance. Then the room stopped somewhere near the door when I saw her standing there across the floor. Dark hair falling down her shoulder. Smile made the whole room softer. And right then something hit me hard, like fate slid over one more card. I came in just to wash away the week. A couple cocktails and some quiet drinking. But then you looked my way, and every lonely thought just slipped away. Girl, I swear the whole world disappeared when that little smile of yours appeared. I wasn't looking for somebody new till Friday night walked in looking like you. So I told the bartender quietly, send her whatever she wants from me. He laughed and said, man, good luck tonight. I said, that ain't really what this is like. I walked over nervous as hell, could barely hear myself thinking well. Said, look, I ain't here trying to play games or throw around some pickup lines and names. I just stopped in for a drink or two, trying to shake off these work week blues. But ever since you walked inside, girl, I can't take my eyes off of you tonight. She laughed soft and leaned back slowly, said, funny, you ain't the only. And right there underneath that light, the whole world changed on Friday night. I came in just to wash away the week. A couple cocktails and some quiet drinking. But then you looked my way, and every lonely thought just slipped
slipped away. Girl, I swear the whole world disappeared when that little smile of yours appeared. I wasn't looking for somebody new until Friday night walked in looking like you. Oh, now the jukebox sounds like magic. Every sad song turned romantic. Bartender grinning from across the room like he already knew. And those 2 drinks I came in for turned into closing down the door. Funny how life can change that fast when the right eyes find you at last. I came in just to wash away the week. Now I'm hanging on every word you speak. Girl, you turn this whole night around. The minute that I sat down, now the neon glows a little brighter, and this whole world feels a little lighter. I walked in alone and blue until Friday night walked in looking like you. Friday night, one drink turned into forever, and neither one of us saw it coming.
Neon flickers on the sidewalk, Memphis night alive. Boot steps echo down the pavement where the blues still thrive. From the Daisy Theater to Club Handy's old stage glow, every corner's got a heartbeat from 100 years ago. I passed by Rum Boogie Cafe, hear a guitar cry, like a king of blues still bending notes that never die. And I swear I hear a piano rolling through the night, like Fats Domino's still playing somewhere out of sight. I'm walking with the legends on bill tonight, where the past and the present collide in the light. Every doorway's got a story, every shadow's got a name, and the ghosts of the music still fan the flame. Yeah, I'm walking with the legends on bill. They say a young man once walked here, quiet, watching every move, learn the soul of every rhythm, every Memphis groove. Elvis Presley found his fire in these midnight sounds. Now his echo rides the breeze when the the sun goes down. I feel a Lucille crying in the humid air tonight. That sweet sting of 6 steel strings cutting through the night. You can hear B.B. King in every note that lingers on, like he never really left, just kept playing on. I'm walking with the legends on beat tonight, where the past and the present collide in the light. From the stages to the sidewalks, every scar and stain still carries every chorus, every loss and gain. Yeah, I'm walking with the legends on view. Some are names in neon, some are carved in stone, some just live forever in a broken microphone. But they all come back when the night rolls in, and that old street starts to sing again. I'm walking with the legends on view tonight. Hear 'em laughing in the distance, just out of sight. Every step I take, I ain't alone at all. I can feel 'em in the rhythm of this southern call. Yeah, I'm walking with the legends on bill. Just a man and a memory, and a street that never sleeps.
All right, guys, you're listening to Pedal the Metal Motors and Music. We'll be back here in just a minute with the queen of hot rods, Mrs. Jo Coddington, right here in the house. We're going to make it happen for you guys after this word from our sponsors.
Castle Rock, get ready to fire up the horsepower! The 2026 Poor Boy Cruisers Car Show is rolling into ACC in Castle Rock on Saturday, October 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bring out your ride and be part of an incredible day supporting the American Cancer Society, with 100% of the donations going to the cause. Entry fee donation is just $20 cash only, and registration is same day only. The show takes place at ACC Castle Rock, 4500 Limelight Avenue, Castle Rock, Colorado, 80109. Enjoy giveaways, a 50-50 raffle, silent auction, specialty trophies, and an awesome lineup of classic cars, customs, trucks, and hot rods. All makes and models are welcome. Don't miss the 2026 Poor Boy Cruisers Car Show in Castle Rock. Saturday, October 3rd, where chrome shines bright and horsepower helps make a difference.
Looking to bring your ride back to life, or just clean it up and make that beater look better than ever. At Sunrise Rod and Custom, we turn worn out into wow. From rust repair to full restoration to complete customization, we got you covered. Need collision repair, body work, no problem. Need something to stand out at the next show. We specialize in striping, custom lettering, and one-of-a-kind paint that makes your ride truly yours. Whether it's a classic cruiser or a shop truck, we take pride in every detail because your ride deserves it. Located in colorful Colorado, Sunrise
you go to shop for craftsmanship that turns heads. Call Jeff Lytle today at 983-217-3239. That's 983-217-3239. Sunrise Rod and Custom, we don't just fix cars, we bring them back to life and a whole lot more.
Okay, guys, we're back. We're back right here, and we're getting ready to make that call. Talk to Jo Coddington. Let's see if we can make our fingers do the walking.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Roller from Pedal to the Metal.
Hello.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, how are you?
You know, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm fantastic.
Are you tired from traveling?
No,
No?
I'm never tired from traveling.
Where have you been here in the last month? You've been all over.
I have been in Byron, Illinois. I've been in Wisconsin. I've been up past Green Bay, Little Buckaroo Motorsports, and Speedway, I guess they would call it, track. And I've been in Milwaukee. I've been in New Richmond. I've been in Iola.
Wow.
I've been like a little bit everywhere, mostly in Wisconsin now.
Yeah. You know that old song, I've been everywhere, man? That's your life story right there, isn't
That
it?
is my song. Yes, I've been to Cali. I'm in Arizona right now. I'm going
Uh-huh.
back to Cali Friday. Yeah, I just I'm afraid of rust.
Right. Well, you know what? They say if you keep moving, it's all good. It's all good.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
So, Joe, number one, thank you so much for being on the show, and I want to thank Rich, Texas Rich, for introducing us and stuff like that. I really have been so fired up today because of this interview. I'm so excited. Number one is because I had a chance to meet yourself and Boyd in Texas at the auctioneers contest, and Boyd signed my auctioneers trophy. I was going up to the room to put it up in the room, and I got into the elevator, and we had a conversation, and what a gentleman he was. He took the time to really talk to me and talk about our auctioneers and stuff like that, and it really meant a lot. It really did.
Wow. I'm so happy. Either I've got to tell you something really honestly. If you knew Boyd, you really liked Boyd. And
Uh
if you
huh.
didn't know Boyd, you thought he was maybe a little on the arrogant side.
Uh huh.
But he wasn't arrogant. He was really, really shy.
Uh huh.
If you knew Boyd, he was a shy guy. Many, many, many times we would be sometimes in a hot rod, sometimes in a Ferrari, sometimes we were in a customer car and we would get up close to where we were going and we would switch off drivers because I'll tell you a really funny story. So we had just gotten a Ferrari Spider, and even though the plate said for Boyd on it, he had me driving it
Uh huh.
and valet parking it. He got out about a half a block before we got up to valet, and I go, "Why are you doing that?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't want anybody to know it's my car." And I got the giggles so bad. The valet is helping me out of the car. And I go, "Did you look at the plate, Boyd? Did you look at the plate? It has a number 4 and it says Boyd. I don't look like Boyd Coddington yet, you know?
you know, he seemed like he was just a real nice man. I mean, he looked like his gears were turning in his head at all time. Like maybe the next person I meet could be the big one, or make it happen, and this could be the one that helps us out or something. I mean, he was really an amazing man. He really was.
Well, every time his phone rang, he would always say, "Hold on, this could be the big one."
Oh wow.
And very few people, well, everybody close to him always heard him say that. But he made the kids, the boys, his boys, and my boys, because we didn't have any children together, just dogs.
Uh-huh.
But he made the boys all promise him that, and he made me promise him that if something happened to him prior to my passing, that I would, have his phone with him, which I did, and that the boys were to call him.
Huh.
Well, my one son did dial his phone, and we could hear it, go off. And he said, I want that to happen because that would be the big one.
Right.
And even through tears, it made me cry harder when I heard the phone ring, but that was the big one.
Uh,
So anytime, and I'm smiling really big, and I know you can't see the smile, but it warms my heart. And sometimes when the phone rings, and I'll grab it, and I think in my head, this could be the big one. It's just one of those really cool things that you always think of. That your spouse or a loved one or a very close friend used to say all the time. That just kind of brings the memories back. Kind of warms your little cockles, I guess
right.
you could
Do you,
say.
do you find yourself using a lot of his different sayings, mannerisms, and stuff like that?
The Boyd, I call it Boydisms.
Uh huh.
Yes, I do. Yes, and a lot of us that are really close to him and family members, we all chuckle and use Boydisms.
That's awesome.
One of his another Boydism that he used all the time was if he saw something that he thought wasn't quite right, he made up this word. It was called gorpy. So he could say gorpy, like, oh, don't you think that's a little gorpy? Which meant it wasn't like his choice. It wasn't, like maybe what he would design or what he would do. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't ugly. It wasn't sensational, but it was gorpy.
Corpy.
And so I'll chuckle sometimes, like I'll see a car. I think they call them like donks, where they've got more money in the
Yes.
wheels,
Yeah.
doing the car.
Uh huh.
And I'll just chuckle to myself and I'll say, I bet he would say that was gorpy, you know?
That's about how you can explain him. I mean, you either love him
Right,
or you don't.
right,
Guaranteed.
right,
And
right.
Gorpy is kind of a word that doesn't make them mad. That doesn't make them It just they're like, well, thank you. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it
Right,
means something
right,
cool. You know?
right. Well, you can use that word.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I'm going to when I go to my car shows and stuff because I do a lot of car shows and different things. I go to a lot of shows and a lot of classic car auctions because number one, I'm an auctioneer, and so when I go there up on the stage when I'm selling cars, I'm going to say, this car is really gorpy. It's
Right.
really a
And
gorpy kind of car.
but it's not a bad thing,
No.
and it's kind of corpy, it's kind of like a cute little word,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Boyd. Thank you for Gorpy. That's the new word. Everybody write that word down, Gorpy, and use it
There
a
you
lot
go.
in memory of Boyd right there.
Right, there you go.
so
There you go.
so Joe, what would make Boyd laugh? What was his
Oh, oh, I have to tell you, the most frustrating thing ever would make me upset a little bit. Like I would tell him the most hysterical joke. Like people would like grab their bellies laughing. I would repeat the joke to him because he hadn't heard it.
uh-huh.
He wouldn't even laugh. But then he would tell somebody else and they would laugh. But what would make him laugh the most is he used to do this transmission funnel joke. And of course he would do it on me. And of course I would fall for it. I only fell for it once, but he would take a quarter and put a quarter on your forehead, and you'd have to hold the transmission funnel up close to your chest, and then you put your head way 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 back. He'd put the quarter on, and then you tip your head. And if you got the quarter in the funnel, then after you get so many quarters in the funnel and you didn't miss, you would win. Well, I think I'm winning, right?
Uh-huh.
So just about the last quarter, he would dump a cold bottle of water down the funnel. And guess where that would go? In the crotch of your pants. So I would let out the squeal. And he thought that was the funniest thing in the world. He was a huge prankster.
Oh, that's
Huge.
awesome. That's awesome.
April Fools was absolutely hysterical at our house. We were like, who could get who the best? So, and I got him pretty good with cellophane on the toilet, first thing in the morning
Oh, how
when he
funny.
would go in. Yeah, Yeah. So
That's
it was hysterical at our house.
I guarantee it was. I could see it all the time. I mean, I could just see the laughter all the time. And how
Right?
great of a marriage is that to because I mean, you guys are both very very busy at that time with the show and everything. And how great that is to be able to have just you and him time where you laugh and you just hang out and that's something that you'll never forget.
Right, right, for sure. And we were together. I mean, a lot of people are married for a lot of years, and unfortunately, our marriage didn't last that many years because he passed away so early at 63. But when you're together with someone basically 24/7, that's a lot of time.
Right.
And did we have our little arguments? Yeah. Did they last a long period of time? No. Probably the longest argument we had was about a 20-minute drive from the shop because we used to always ride in separate cars. And this one particular day, I don't know, I think my car was in the shop for warranty work, and so I wound up riding with him. And he had gotten into my cash drawer in the consignment store, in the rack merchandise store,
Uh huh.
and he took a bunch of money and he put washers. He didn't count the money, so my drawer never came out right. And he put washers in there and took the bills. Of course, he took the bigger bills,
Yeah.
and the bigger change. And he left pennies and nickels and dimes in there. And he took, pretty much wiped me out. And so I had to go back to the little gal, find out what we started the drawer with, how much was there. And he also got in the safe and got the little safe bag out too. He did leave the checks, which was nice.
Uh
So
huh.
I at least got those. And so I was pretty upset with him because he wouldn't give me the amount that he had taken out of there. And he said he needed parts, car parts. And I'm like, of course you needed car parts. That's all we needed all the time.
Right.
And so we got in this little tiff, and he said, the magic word, the F word to me. And I said, really? So I said it back to him. So he said it twice to me. So I said it three times to him. So he said it four times to me. So I said it five times to him. And our house was only about 10 minutes from the shop.
Uh huh.
And so we're going around this bend because we lived at the end of Beach Boulevard up in La Habra Heights. And I said, you know what? I really didn't mean what I said. And he goes, you know what? I didn't really mean it either. So our fight was over by the time we hit the driveway to our house. So that was probably our longest fight.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Yeah.
because sometimes fights can go on for days, and that's not really good at all. That's when
Right.
that's when it gets worse. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But I really didn't mean what I said. But the way he said it, I thought, well, we became like in high school where
Right.
we were just like, well, you said that to me. I'm going to say it back to you.
Was he ever able just to leave the shop and go home, or was he always constantly thinking about the next build, about a build that he was working on? Did his mind ever shut off?
That's really like a several part question. I don't think his mind ever shut off,
Uh huh.
but he and I would, if we were in town and I would cook or we would go out to dinner or something like that, after we would watch the news at 10 o'clock, he would look at me and I would look at him and he would say, are you tired? And I would say, not really. And he would say, 10 o'clock syndrome. And I would say, yes. And we would go back to the shop. And that was really our time. We would walk around to each of the guys' stations, see what they had done. If they left their tools out, then he called me the tool Nazi because I am of German descent. And I would pick up the tools and I would put them in the lockdown, where all the parts and things like that were, because we kept a very, very neat and tidy shop. I mean, our
Sure.
floors were cleaned and waxed every day. Everything was nice and tidy, and we wanted our guys to keep it that way too. And then they had to report into me in the morning to get their tools back, and they didn't like that much, but it trained them very rapidly to keep their areas clean. But it gave us an opportunity to really look at, the chassis area and the body shop, and to really see where everything was at, and for him especially to see what he liked, what he didn't like, what maybe needed to be changed, what he wanted to alter, what he wanted to have a meeting in the morning with the guys with, which guys he really needed to meet with, go out to the wheel shop, see how that was all progressing. Um, and it also gave me time to really look around because we had a consignment store. So we had other people's cars that we were selling, along with cars that we had built, customer vehicles. Seeing how the detailing, we had detailers that would come in and detail our customer cars for us.
Uh
And
huh.
if customers wanted them clean, how the rag merchandise, meaning the t-shirts and just, the Boyd Coddington, different things that we had, how that was all, how the stock room was. Because at that time, we had like four different corporations that we were dealing with. He was dealing with the hot rod shop and the wheel shop, and I was dealing with the trucks and the on road, the TV show, the TV builds, the corporate builds, and then customer builds, contracts, and things like that. So it gave us downtime, no phones, no one calling us, and we could really gather everything that we needed for the next day. So we would do that probably at least 3 times a week. But we didn't have days off. We didn't have vacation in those days.
Uh huh.
Our vacation and our times off were flying in an airplane somewhere.
Uh huh.
I think we had like maybe 5 days off a year, and that was really our only time.
Uh huh. So what did he like to do when it was time to unwind and to get away?
Go to a car show, go buy a car, go, yeah, or
That's
have a big barbecue with all of our if we had customers in town,
uh huh.
or just the guys in the shop, their wives, their kids. We I could cook by myself, well, by myself and my best friend. We could cook for about 35 to 40 people, and after that I would have to get help in.
Uh huh.
So we could have that many people at our house. So we had some pretty fun parties, pool parties, and you know, Christmas Eve, anybody who didn't have anywhere to go, they all came to our house, and we had no real gifts. You had to bring a gift. They were white elephant. We called them garage gifts,
Uh,
white garage gifts.
right.
So you had to bring something that you didn't use in your garage and wrap it. And we all drew numbers out of one of Boyd's hats, and we just had a great time.
Oh, that's awesome, and it was nice to be able to have those. I bet you look forward to them, didn't you? Because I mean, everything was so. You guys is people don't understand, I guess, and I've never had it. I mean, we were really close to when I was in the monster truck business to getting a TV show about them, and they come out and did a pilot with us and stuff, and those cameras are in your face all the time, and they're telling you to come over here and do this and say that again. It's so hectic, isn't it?
It is. And, it was really funny because I used to always tell everyone, they go, "Oh, don't you just love reality TV?" And I would just laugh because reality TV, there's nothing really real about reality TV. They would give me a reshoot list, and I would have to bring in five of the tops that I wore before, and they would have to reshoot it, and they would tell me what I needed to say. And, it wasn't really reality. And a lot of the funny, absolutely hysterical things that happened in the shop wound up on the floor. We should have had a bloopers tape. I mean, it was hysterical, some of the things that happened in the shop and with Roy, and it was just so many things that happened. And we never had boxing rings. There weren't that many arguments in the shop, but because of Orange County choppers and their ratings with the Nielsen boxes and all of that.
Right.
Not Discovery, but our producer, Pilgrim Films, wanted that kind of popularity with us. So even though Boyd looked like a curmudgeon all the time on the TV, he truly wasn't. Dwayne was portrayed as a real real tough guy. Yes, he could be sometimes. Yes, he did get into it with the guys sometimes, but he didn't walk around kicking boxes all the time, you know.
Right, right.
Um, but I did buy ice cream to calm the guys down when they would get into it with each other. So
You were the mama, huh? You
I was
played
the
you
mama.
yeah, exactly. You did your job very well. Guaranteed.
Yes.
Guaranteed. Out of all the cars that Boyd built, was there one that meant something special to him personally?
Do you know, every time he was building a car for himself, he would say, okay, like, I'm going to build the Unlimited truck for myself. I really want to build this. And a customer would come in and buy it.
You're right.
And I'm really going to build this 32 for myself. Customer would come in and buy it. And I would say, why don't you keep one for yourself? And he said, well, money talks, Joe. Everything I got's for sale. And I said, even me? And he said, no, I can't trade you.
Well, that was a warm, comfortable feeling, wasn't it?
Well, no, he was a smart man, or I would have spit in his food when I was pushing it.
I have a friend on here, and his name's Jeff Lytle, and he has a shop here in town. He just opened up called Sunrise Rod and Customs, and he asked a question. He says, "By chance, does Joe remember diners at Hoax Cafe in Nebraska?"
Diners at Hope's Cafe. Oh, oh, oh. It sounds so familiar. I think, gosh, it sounds familiar. Is it in Omaha?
That I don't know. Maybe Jeff's still on here. He said he couldn't stick around. He had to go. I mean, his shop is just exploded. It's
Oh
really,
my goodness.
really started
Okay.
turning good for him. So he was going to
Well, good
listen.
for
Listen,
him.
yeah, he was going to listen to it a little bit later on. But if he's
Okay.
in here, he'll answer us for sure.
Okay.
Uh, but
Okay.
now, when when they first approached you with the TV show, were you guys on board right away, or did you think, do we really want to do this?
Well, let me tell you how this happened. So I got all the emails, and so I got this email, and this email seemed really kind of strange, kind of like what we would consider a spam email nowadays. And it was from a gentleman, and he was talking about Nampa, Idaho, and that's where Boyd was from. And he was talking about a gas station. There was just too many coincidences in it, so I printed it out. I went down to Boyd's office and talked to him about it. Read the email to him. He goes, "Oh my gosh, Joe, he worked with me at the gas station." So, make a long story short, he had me send the email back. Come to find out, he was one of the investors for Pilgrim Films, and he's one of the largest collectors of Russian artifacts.
Oh, wow.
And so that's how we got the TV show, with him being an investor in Pilgrim Films. And in those days, Pilgrim Films was doing American Choppers, American Beauty, American Bakery, and they wanted to do a hot rod show. So they had a meeting, and they had asked, who do you think would be the best hot rod builder? And Boyd came up because of their relationship back at the gas station. So that's how it all started.
Wow.
So it's a very small world sometimes.
Joe, you said a mouthful right there. It is a very, very small world. It's not what you know anymore. It's who you know, and it really,
Correct.
and it helps out so much. That's why I always tell my boys, never, never burn a bridge. Never, you might get in an argument, but never burn a bridge, because you don't know that maybe someday that bridge will open up again, and it'll be a path of gold and riches for you, or just something that you really need. So just never, never burn a bridge, and
And,
they don't.
Roller, honestly, if you look at any argument that you probably have ever had, with the information that you had at that time that you were having that argument,
Right.
you were probably 100% correct. But as you gathered more information, you probably weren't. The other person had a valid point as well.
Just
So,
looking at it two different ways, right?
correct. correct. And so I don't know. I think arguments are up for consideration on both sides.
Right.
So
They're
I agree with you.
not arguments, just disagreements, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Yes,
Open
exactly.
for discussion.
Open
Open-ended discussion.
at a later time though, because
Correct.
at that time its tempers are hot and people are
Correct.
not really things don't people say stuff they don't really mean, and
Uh,
we're bad that way. All of us when we get mad we tend to lash out, and and then you think afterwards you're like, wow, I really shouldn't have said
didn't
that,
mean,
you know.
didn't mean to say it like
Yeah,
that.
didn't
Yeah.
mean for it to come out
Exactly.
that way. I just wanted to
Right.
hurt you a little bit or something, you know.
Right.
And
Right.
but sometimes if you don't nip it in the bud, it becomes a festering sore, and then maybe it'll never heal. That's what I think, anyway.
Correct. Correct. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree.
So was Boyd ever completely satisfied with his builds when the owner come and took ownership of it, and it was going out to the door? Did he think, you know what, we should have done this instead of
Always.
that? Yeah.
Always. Okay, the silver bullet. We were over in Europe and there's the silver bullet. And that car had gotten so many accolades over the years and still does. And so we were sitting on a little grassy knoll, and I was looking at it, and I said, for the time and with the equipment that he had, and all the safety equipment, everything that he knew, and remember, Little John helped him build that car as well. I said, that's a beautiful piece. Don't you wish you still had that car? And I said, what do you see when you really look at it? And he's the one that taught me how to really look at a hot rod. You start in the front and you go to the rear, and anything that stops your eye shouldn't be there, according to Boyd.
Uh-huh. He
So we were looking at it from the front to the rear, and
uh-huh.
I said, what do you see? Oh, I'm sorry, it's my dogs.
Don't worry about that.
And,
Dogs are I love dogs.
and
That's music to my ears. That don't worry
I'm
about that.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Someone's at my door. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm on a podcast. Come on in. And so I said, what do you see looking at the front to the rear of the hot rod? And so we're looking at the silver bullet. And he said, I see all the mistakes that I made. I
Uh-huh.
said, read. And I said, what do you see when you look at any vehicle after you've completed it? And he said, all the mistakes that I've made or different improvements that I should have made. And I
Uh-huh.
said, really, I find that interesting. And I said, what do you think about when you start, when you're halfway finished with the car? Are you looking at what you should have done or what you can do to improve it before you complete it? He said, no, Joe, I've already completed it. The car is running. Before it's running, I'm done with it. I'm already building my next car.
Uh-huh. Wow.
I'm engineering the next car. And I
That-
went, okay, fair enough.
Wow. You know, when did Boyd ever realize that, hey, I'm this hot rod builder and I do what I love, but did he ever really realize that I am more than a hot rodder? I'm kind of like world famous now. Did that ever come to him, that aha moment, like I'm not that same hot rod builder that I was?
No, I don't know factually if that ever hit him,
Uh-huh.
but I do know he used to talk about all he ever really wanted was in the back of Sports Illustrated magazine. He wanted the little ad, where they had the Coleman sleeping bags and the Coleman tents and
Yeah.
the Coleman, two burner stoves. He only wanted something in the back saying that he built hot rods.
Well,
He never thought that he would ever be on television. He never thought he would be on all the covers of the magazines that he was on. He never thought any of that would ever, ever happen.
uh-huh. Joe, did there ever come a time while you guys were filming that you said, I've had enough. I don't want to do this no more. It's just too much. Did that ever happen to you?
Do you know, I think, not that I ever said it, I think it happened in the shop many times because they were pushing a lot. and they wanted a lot. We got paid a very small amount of money. We got $2,500 per episode.
Uh-huh.
Now, per episode was 8 weeks of us building. Now, what we had to do is find the car, find the customer to purchase the car. We had to make up the storyline. We had to design the storyline and pay our employees overtime or whatever it took, all the transportation, all of that. That was all on us.
Uh-huh.
So, bottom line, towards the end of them filming, because they filmed us, I think it was 5 years, a little over 5 years, Boyd and I decided it cost us out of pocket over $1 million.
Oh, I believe that.
So it wasn't like how they have done other television shows after us.
Uh-huh.
And at one particular point in time, they wanted to own the advertising and own the monies because we got paid for like with Magnaflow and with Goodyear and with O'Reilly and with different corporate sponsors that we had. And of course, there's a good guy and bad guy in every shop. And guess who was the bad guy? I was.
Right.
And they wanted a percentage, quite a large percentage of the monies that we were bringing in. And I said, you don't understand. Boyd has been in business for over 25 years. And we had these sponsorships before you ever hit our front door.
Sure.
You cost us money. You've taken over our lunchroom. You've taken over our Xerox machines. You've taken over one of our secretaries. You've taken over all, one of our rooms that it used to be a clean room for your crew. You cost us money. If you would leave, it would be fine with us. We would still be building hot rods.
Sure.
We really don't need you.
Well, that's I feel that that happens with a lot of shows on TV. People are just like, I really don't care. I don't care if you pack your bags right now and don't come back and we don't finish this episode and you can tell them that we're the worst people in the world. What I don't care. I just want you out of my life. I mean,
Right.
I think that happens a lot. I really do.
Right.
You know.
And there was one episode where we had a car auction down in Missouri. We were trying to do a car auction kind of branch off from just being Boyd Coddington Hot Rods and Collectibles to having Boyd Coddington Auto Auction. And there was a young lady that was working for us, and she was okay. We had a couple other young ladies working for us, one who was fabulous, and she's still in the industry. The other one was a welder. She's still in the industry. But there was one little gal that was dating one of the producers, on-site producer. And so she had called us up and talked to Boyd, and I didn't do any of the hiring or firing with any of the hot rod employees at all. I would sit in on the interviews, and Boyd would always ask me what I thought. I would give him my opinion, but everything was up to him. I didn't do any of that.
Uh-huh.
He just wanted a second opinion. Dwayne, he would get Dwayne's opinion. He would get several people's opinion.
Uh-huh.
And anyway, make a long story short, this young lady had quit because she didn't think that her paycheck was sufficient, although that is what that they had agreed upon when he had hired her. And so she quit, and Boyd said, fine, move your toolbox out, blah, blah, blah. And I'll call accounting and they'll give you your last check. So we're doing the auto auction. The producer got very upset with her, told her she had to get her job back. So she called Boyd and said, I want my job back. And he said, no, I don't rehire. You quit and you're done. So little did we know, because we could never see the programs before they were actually shown on TV,
Right.
they made it look like I fired her
Oh.
and that she quit. Now, at one particular point, they had filmed her, and I did get kind of upset because we were on a deadline build, and I had my car in the back shop because I was detailing it personally, and she was running white grease through my lug nuts of my 40 Ford, my black 40 Ford. And I'm like, why would you run white grease through lug nuts, and through my wheels of my 40 Ford? And I said, Boyd, that's ridiculous. She needs to be working on the deadline build. She doesn't need to touch my car. My car is perfectly fine. I'm detailing it because we had a good guys show in Del Mar coming up.
Uh-huh.
And we were driving it down there, and really nobody really touched my car. There were very few people that ever touched my car because, I'm kind of picky on who touches my car.
Sure.
And but they made it look like I had her fired, and I've regretted it often on MySpace. Boy, they buried me hard on that. I still kind of periodically hear about it, but I have really tough skin from that TV show, you know.
Right.
So,
Well, I think you have to. If not,
right.
I think it consumes you.
Oh, it can. It
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And they only really showed me, they didn't show me doing anything spectacular. They showed me with broken heels and mopping floors and amazing things like that. And most of them were pretty funny and it made me laugh. So, and that's my natural state. So I never minded any of that.
Right. Well, so it's got to get done, right? And who better to do it? Show the people that,
Mhm.
hey, I know this is our shop and stuff, but I can still do all this too.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
I think so.
So,
Boyd helped change the direction of of the custom car world. With cars and hot rods and stuff. What do you think separated his work from everybody else's?
well, first off, I believe that Vern Luce was the customer that actually granted Boyd the opportunity to be able to open a shop and quit Disneyland and start building hot rods for a living, which in essence allowed other hot rod builders to do the same for their customers.
Uh
So they
huh.
didn't have to have a job and build hot rods at night and on weekends. They were able to do it as a living. So I think that he helped elevate that. It's like Jesse James, you know, worked for Boyd, and Boyd wanted to get into motorcycles, and yet Jesse was honing his skill building his motorcycles on the side after hours at Boyd's shop
Hmm.
and honing his skills with his motorcycles. So I think what Boyd had an innate way of doing things is he found talent, he let the talent hone their own skills their own way, maybe assisted them somewhat, and provided an opportunity to where everyone had a synergy. Boyden did not just build a hot rod himself, it was a synergy. And with that synergy, it grew and allowed other builders to go ahead and open their own shop, to have confidence to do that. And I remember a young man, a really great young man, that had talked to Boyd and I really early on. I think he was, gosh, maybe 17 years old, and he wanted to open his shop, and he was in the Midwest. And Boyd said, look, if you continue building this caliber of a hot rod, people will come. Trust me,
Hmm.
son, people will come. And he has a very, very successful shop now.
Well,
And he has won many awards.
that's awesome.
So
That's
I think that's what he did,
uh huh.
you know. And Jesse in panels, I mean, Jesse's very kind. There are a lot of builders that are very kind that agree that Boyd really helped start just average guys in their shop, young guys, to be able to hone their skills or take their skills, their confidence to a level to where they could open a brick and mortar or, open the barn door and make a living, a nice living for their family and other young men and women to have hot rod shops.
Sure. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that he did that. It really is. So, he built wheels and he built a bunch of wheels. I mean, I have a friend that has
Well, Little John really started that,
Did he
with
really?
Boyd.
Little John did,
And
huh?
And Boyd said to Little John, and Little John was quite the character and very much a master machinist.
Uh-huh.
And he said, Little John, you know, will you build more than one of these? And he, you know, Little John was very colorful in his language. And he said, no. And Boyd would say, well, do you care if I do? And then that's how, you know, the wheel business really started and other parts started. But if you look at any of Little John's first cars, I mean, or any of his cars, they're magnificent. Little
Right.
John, it's, yeah.
You know, did he really think that the wheels would take off as big as they did?
I don't think anybody did, you know. And the reason that Boyd wanted Little John to build the wheels is he couldn't find any wheels that he wanted to go on the cars that he was building.
Sure. Now, did he
So,
go ahead? I'm sorry.
well, I just think so. Things by accident, you know, sometimes work out really well.
Well, guaranteed they do. I mean, yeah. I mean, I got a buddy that has a '55 Chevy, and he's got a set of Boyds, and he made the comment today that that's the best looking thing on his hot rod. And I mean, he has a beautiful car, and he's like those wheels changed the whole look of my automobile, you know. And they
Right.
and I have to say that they do. I mean, they really complement the build, his build, you know. So
Right.
so
And you know what I found shocking is I've talked to a lot of people probably in about the last year and a half, the really old, you know, one-off Boyd wheels. They're not three-piece anymore because Boyd tried to get all of those back because they proved to be kind of dangerous, the
right.
three-piece wheels. But the two-piece wheels, the old billet wheels, they're pretty highly regarded and they're really getting like some pretty good money for them, more than what they cost when they first came out,
Right.
which is kind of amazing.
Well, I mean, you know, those wheels were special for that era and that time and for that man and those hot rodders, that's they have that inkling, you know, this is I was thinking about building this car when those wheels come out and now I have a set on my car. I I ain't
Right.
gonna sell them. I ain't gonna get rid of them, you know?
Right, but they're getting a resurgence to where, you know, the T buckets and the little roadster pickups, they're being so popular right now. They're looking for them. They want them.
Right, exactly. Oh, I'd love to have a set on my C10, but I got to go with some old Steelies, I guess, right now. So that's
Right,
okay with me. But I'll find some.
right,
So sooner or later, I'll
right,
get something like that. But
right.
let's see here. I jotted down a couple of notes here, just because
Okay.
I wanted to ask some questions that people had said. Hey, would you ask this? And let's see here. What are some of the favorite memories from the years when the television cameras were following the shop?
Some of my favorite memories,
Yeah,
ornery memories, or just
he just said what was some of the favorite memories you had of the television cameras following you guys. You know, I guess because of the fact is we all get the chance to watch the bloopers. We all get a chance to watch the things and some of the shows and some of those moments really make us laugh. I guess does that mean they made you guys laugh too?
oh, a lot of times they made us laugh. But one of my favorite memories is when they, you know, you get so used to having those mics in your, you know, they tuck them in the back of your pants.
Yes.
And and so I was like super proud of myself. It had been like 2 years and I hadn't lost one or broken one, and I was like so proud of myself. What do I do? I go into an outhouse, and yeah, I lost the mic, and there was no way I was gonna fish that thing out,
I
you
don't
know.
blame you.
It's so
It's a
so
goner.
that was a funny memory, I think, and yeah, they didn't cheer me or anything, but I told them it was really nice in the outhouse that they had a purse holder in there, and the one TV guy, you know, one of the camera guys, he goes, Joe, that's a urinal, and all my crew started laughing. They're like, yeah, like you don't think she knows that? And when the camera
Uh,
guys first came, so it was so funny because you know how they have you repeat scenes. And so one of the camera, they knew nothing about cars. And if you watch some of the early episodes, they'll have a windshield already in the car. And then they would say, "Could you do that sparkly thing again?" And we're like, "What sparkly thing? Like, are you talking welding? Are you talking soldering? Are you talking cutting?" Um, like all kinds of things we do sparkle.
Yeah,
So it was kind of teaching the camera crew what different things meant. That was always fun.
sure.
And, probably my favorite part, hands down, whether the camera crew was there or not, of just the shop is I always wanted to be there and I was there whenever we would start a car. So hearing the heartbeat finally, because they all become your baby.
Yeah,
You find a donor and you tear it completely apart. Um, you build it back together. You tear it apart probably three times before final assembly, and then you finally start it. And I would get teary eyed. That's like a baby being born to me. And then also when the customer would come and pick it up, just the amazement, and the unveiling. And sometimes it was we would do pretty dramatic unveilings for them, and other times it would be pretty simple ones. And those were always so exciting for me. I would get just major butterflies on all of those occasions.
uh huh.
And yeah, those were really great. I don't know. I I really I have to tell you, my entire life has been incredibly blessed.
Sure.
And I've had so many amazing memories. And I've had so many sad times too, but my memories, even of the sad memories, I've lived a very blessed life.
Right. Being around all the camera crew and stuff like that, you got to bond with certain people that are around you all the time. Is there certain people that you really enjoyed being around that were part of the camera crew that just you respected, that you liked, and that you take the time to talk to, and different things like that?
Absolutely. Well, the camera crew, just like the shop crew, everybody, you become a family.
Right.
I spent more time with all the men and women in the shop than with their spouses, their boyfriends, or even their children got to spend with them. So you truly become family. And when we all, unfortunately had to disband, it was pretty traumatic for me. It was really sad. And I was pretty lost for like a couple years. I mean, really lost,
Right.
you know, because we ran that hamster wheel so hard and so fast, you know. I don't know what I slept like 4 hours a night for so many years
Right.
that, you know, what do I do when I grow up? And I still haven't figured it out. That's why I guess I guess I'm everywhere.
Oh, Joe, what was it like? And we'll answer this question, and then I want to take a break for a second. I want to play your song.
Oh,
But
okay.
what was it like being around so many amazing craftsmen that you had working for you, that was specialized in a certain department, and they were such a key component to making the build a successful build? What was it like being around those type of guys?
You know, it's pretty breathtaking. I know that you've been to museums and
Yes,
you've
ma'am.
seen these masterpieces. And I know you've been to a lot of car shows and you've seen those masterpieces. But when you watch from a straight piece of metal or aluminum, or, when you watch the fabrication and the talent and the wiring, and it comes off the spool, and all of a sudden it becomes a gauge, and when you watch that, it's breathtaking. It is just,
Right.
I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, it's kind of honorable all at the same time.
Right.
It's I don't know.
I
It
get.
just
Would it be like
Yeah.
kind of like listening to somebody that's a singer, and
Yes.
and you're just like, I cannot believe you just sang that song. It gave me chills. It gave me goosebumps. Is that maybe like how that
Correct.
made you feel?
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. And every time when you watch those craftsmen and you're with them for a period of years, you watch how they improve,
Right.
how the painters, especially like with painters, you know, and you watch how they improve laying the paint,
Hmm.
how they started out in the beginning, and then after 10 years, after 15 years, after 20 years, and you just watch how they improve, and it's so magical.
Right.
And I mean, even pinstripe, everybody, it's amazing.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a break for a second.
Okay.
Give you a chance to get you something to drink if you need to,
Okay.
and then we're gonna play your song, and
Okay.
we'll be right back. We'll go this hour. It's going by so fast, and I told you it would. So
It's
let's.
already been an hour.
Well, it's pretty close. Yeah, it's
Okay.
7:51 already. So
Okay.
let's play your song, and then we'll come back and I mean, I know the owner of the show, so we
Okay.
can talk forever. But I know you got things to do and stuff, and I want to be respectful of your time. So we'll
Okay.
we'll,
Thank you.
we'll figure that out. So we'll be
Okay,
right back,
Ron.
guys.
Okay.
This song here is called "Wrench in Her Hand." We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
Back in Parker, Southern California, Daddy's shop became my second home. Hudson Hornets filled my young imagination with the smell of gas and polished chrome. While little girls were playing with their dolls, I disappeared where the old cars slept. I slept on a mechanic's creeper with a fender cover for my blanket. Those garage floors are where my dreams were kept. Life's been more than steel and chrome, more than every road I've ever known. Every blessing, every heartbreak helped this heart keep moving on. God was writing every chapter long before I'd understand. He was building who I'd someday be, with a wrench inside my hand. Go-karts first, then motorcycles, sand rails racing through the sand. Bonneville called my name for speed with salt beneath my steady hands. I've driven cars from the 40s, old Deuce coupes, square body trucks too, from Ferraris to Corvettes and so many hot rods I can hardly name a few. I never cared much for girl things, I'd rather hear an engine sing. Every race and every challenge made me love this life I live. Life can change without a warning, bringing heartache no one plans. A mutual friend introduced us when Boyd needed hope again. We spent a year as only friends, car shows, barbecues, my boys and me. Then somewhere along that winding road, friendship turned to destiny. Together we built more than hot rods. We built a life, a dream, a home, working side by side each day, helping shape the world we'd known. Life's been more than steel and chrome, more than every road I've ever known. Every blessing, every heartbreak as the cameras rolled by. They live on international television. Boyd smiled proudly by my side. This is my wife, Diane, he said. I laughed. Wrong wife. I'm Joe with pride. Then came that beautiful black 44, the one I'd loved from the very start. Larry tossed me all the keys, knowing she'd already won my heart. Boyd asked, how much do you love that hot rod? I smiled, almost as much as I love you. He grinned and said, I bought her for you. I cried because I knew love was true. Then with that smile I'll never forget, he said, don't wreck her before I finish paying for it. Whenever Boyd's phone started ringing, he'd grin and say, this could be the big one. I still hear those words inside my heart like the morning rising with the sun. Thomas and Robert made me proud. Then grandchildren filled my life with joy. Charlotte, Madison, Kylie, Kelton, everyone my pride and joy. Now Craig walks beside me every day, and every blessing still shines through. Every joy and every heartache made me who I am today. Life's been more than steel and chrome, more than every road I've ever known. Every blessing, every heartbreak, every mile has led me home. Dad first handed me the dream. Boy helped write another part. God has carried me forever, and I'll always drive with a grateful heart. Now Parker, Arizona feels like home, with Palm Desert close by too. The highway still stretches out before me, with another dream to chase on through. Every good day, every hard day made me who I am today. Life's been more than steel and chrome, and I wouldn't change a single mile.
There you go. Wrench in her hand, guys.
Hey there,
Right there. Oh,
gearheads.
better.
Welcome
Sorry
to
about that. It wouldn't stop. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here, and we're talking to Jo Coddington. And, Joe, you have your own life now, and, Boyd will always be in it. But do you ever think that I can't escape the Boyd years because of people like myself asking you to be on the show and talking to you all the
Oh,
time? And,
oh. Well, first, I want to thank you for that song. I love that song,
oh,
Lauren.
no problem.
And Boyd will always be in my heart. He was such a huge part of me. So will, my whole life. And yeah, my life is a little different now, but I'm remarried. I married Craig Treble, and he's retired NHRA pro stock motorcycle racer,
Right.
and he has his legacy in his life, and I cherish his as well. And he still, has his legacy that I live through him too, and he appreciates Boyd's legacy, and he allows me, and appreciates Boyd's legacy as well. So it's a really good match, if that makes sense at all.
It does. It really
Um,
does.
and he appreciates Boyd, so it really is kind of like a match made in heaven. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. It sure
And
does.
so it thrills me, and sometimes he'll even say to me, what would Boyd say, what would Boyd do, and i
Hmm.
and I always, now I'm getting Craigisms. So between my Boydisms and my Craigisms, I may speak another language here really soon. Next podcast I may speak another language. we might have to have Chat GBT, intervene and explain to you what I'm saying.
Well, I would love to have you and Craig back on the show another time, one time, and talk about Craig's career because he did some amazing things and stuff like that, and would love to sit down and talk to him about his career and stuff. This deal here is more than just an interview for me. This is I consider this a friendship, and I mean, if you ever called and you say, Roller, I need you to do something for me, I would be there for you in a heartbeat, and I want you to know that. I don't look at my interviews in any way, shape, or form as an interview that, hey, this is gonna be great for me and great for me and great for me, and it's just like I have made another connection with another friend, and I want that friendship to last, and that's what I mean. I mean that from my heart.
Well, some years ago when I met Rich,
Uh huh.
and you know, when I meet people, I collect them.
Right.
Somebody asked me, they said, Joe, what do you collect? We know you like hot rods. We know you like snap-on tools. We know you like all these things, but what do you collect? And I said, friends. I collect good people in my life. I have, and I consider you a good friend. And I have called you before, Roller. I interrupted you the other day when you were pumping weights and doing the treadmill. Um, but but I am so honored to have you and like Rich, and there were a few other people that were chatting with me a little bit today on the website, and I'm so happy to have people in my life, and I'm so happy to listen to their stories, whether it's racing stories or like the little gal that I sponsor, Kennedy, and her go karts. I mean, it's life, it's motors, it's gearheads, it's fabulous. I love it. I love you.
Well, thank you. I love you too. I mean that, and it's so much fun to see your journey through your pictures, because you've always got this smile on your face. You don't it doesn't ever look a forced smile. It looks like you really enjoy being with the people, and it's just. And another thing that you told me that here a while back, you said, I'm getting ready to go back. I forget where it was, maybe Minnesota or something, where your family is, and you said, I'm not Joe Coddington at that time. I'm with my family, and I respect being with them and their time and stuff. And that meant so much to me that you can say, okay, I can't be Joe right now. I have to be this family member and be with my family and spend some family time, and I know that means a lot to you.
Yes. Well, I love my family, and when that's let me try to explain this. Like you go to, and I call it fake book half the time.
Hmm.
You go to Facebook, you go to Instagram, and you see all these people having this beautiful life, and their makeup is perfectly coiffed and their hair is perfectly coiffed, and then you see me. And I can't figure out how to turn my phone around, and my tongue's sticking out, and I probably have food between my teeth, and whatever. But you know what? If I'm ever missing and somebody says I'm missing, you know what I look like. I mean, I'm just me.
You're right.
And with my grandkids, that's when I'm not Joe Coddington, the person trying to be on or anything else. And like right now, I'm not really trying to be on. I'm just being me.
Right.
This is me. I'm. This is what you get with me, and I'm just always 100% me. But when I am at a car show, I want to hear the stories. I want to hear that it was your grandfather's vehicle, or that you found it and that you and your grandfather, or you and your daughter, or you and whoever, and you worked on it and it took you 9 years to do it, or you did it in a year, or you did it in 6 months, or look what I found and it's not quite running right yet, but the doors don't match, but who cares? I'm here. I
Yeah.
drove 6,000 miles and broke down 3 times. How
Yeah.
did you get here? How did you do it?
Yeah.
I sold newspapers. I want to hear it all.
Yeah.
I want to hear about you. It's not really about me. It's about the stories, and the stories fill my heart so much.
Yeah.
And
And
my veterans. I love my veterans.
yeah, me too. That's the basis of my show. I want to know the stories. I want to, when I go to the car shows and I interview people, I want to know the story. And I made a song about that. Every car has a story, and if you can't find the story by looking at the car, then talk to the owner, and you'll find out the story. And it's just every car has at a car show. There's not a car there that doesn't have a story, whether it be a short
Right.
story or a long story. Every car at a car show has a story. And as we go to these car shows, you go, wow, that's a beautiful car. I like that car. Look at the paint. Wow, that's great and all. That's all fine. But all cars have paint. All cars have chrome. All cars are pretty, but it's not the story. It's the story that makes the car in my world. And I just love to find out those stories. I really do. Those stories mean so much to me. It's amazing. I mean, I've got people that I've talked to when I did a show called Rolling with Roller and Derek, and we would go to car shows and talk to people and stuff. And this gentleman said, uh, I wanted one of these cars when I was young. I seen it brand new in the day, and I knew that I was going to have one. And he said it took me till I was 70 years old to get this car, but he dreamed about this car the whole way, and he finally got it.
Uh-huh.
And it's fun to hear those stories. I think, don't you?
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. And this is how I feel is with the cars, we're only their caregivers.
this is right.
We're
So
only
true.
their caregivers.
So true. I have a 73 C10. It's a step side, and
Nice.
I made a tribute to my dad. We had a standard station in Pueblo, and it was my dream to give him this truck. And when I bought the truck, I called him and I said, I bought you something today at the classic car sale, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. And I said, I'm getting some stuff done to it, and when I'm done, I'll bring it to you. And he kept asking me, tell me what it is, what it is. I said, no, I'm not going to tell you. I want to surprise you. Well, it took so long to get the signs made for the doors and stuff like that, and different things like that. My dad never seen it. He passed away. And so
Oh,
I went ahead and I made a tribute out of this truck to him. I mean, he loved the 396 big block. So I found a 396 big block and I put it in this truck. My dad was a big houndstooth fan. He loved the houndstooth interior. Uh, I put the houndstooth interior in this truck. There's a coat in the back window that was his coat that still rides in the back of the truck to this day. And I mean, it's just everywhere I go, he's with me, and it gives me peace. I know that he's with me every show I go to.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
See, that's the story.
yeah, exactly,
I love it. Yeah,
exactly.
that's great. That's
So,
great.
couple more, and then we'll go. When Boyd passed away, the automotive world lost an icon, but you lost a husband. How did you begin navigating life after such a tremendous loss?
You want the truth?
Yes,
It was the most difficult time in my life.
I believe it.
Um, it took 8 years in probate. 8 years. His oldest son, um, from Boyd was married. I was his third wife,
Hmm.
and his oldest son was Boyd Lee Coddington, and Boyd was Boyd Leon Coddington. Well, Boyd Lee Coddington, I had given. I'm gonna jump around because that's what I do. So
That's
stop
okay.
me,
No, that's
because
fine.
I'm shiny. I'm a shiny ball girl, and so Boyd Lee Coddington had separated from his dad. There was some bad blood, and he had sued his dad, and while he was still alive, and went to work for Weld Wheels.
Hmm.
And I don't know if everybody remembers Avoid the Boyd and all of that. He did all kinds of things.
Hmm.
And anyway, he went to work for Weld Wheels. And that whole story went how that whole story went. And we won't get into negativity because it's just icky.
Yes.
And so, anyway, before Boyd passed, Boyd Jr. and Boyd Sr., my husband, had made amends.
Uh-huh.
So I felt as though Boyd had been taken to the hospital. And so I tried to contact Boyd Jr. because I thought he was still in town. And I was told by Boyd Jr. that he had taken off. So I got a hold of Boyd Jr.'s wife, and she said, no, he was still in town. Anyway, I was unable to reach him to get him to the hospital. But Boyd's other two boys from Diane, his second wife, were able to come to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And then my two boys were at the hospital. We were at the hospital. But anyway, um, I gave Boyd's three sons the wheel company because I thought they had all grown up with the wheel company, and that's what Boyd would have wanted.
Right.
And so Boyd Jr., unfortunately, I don't know how they worked out all the paperwork or anything else because I was too busy with probate and too busy mentally. I was absolutely distraught. And unfortunately, the youngest son was removed from the company or fired from the company first. And then, unfortunately, the second son, Chris, was removed from the company on a national family holiday. And so then I had a trademark that was going to expire. It was called Hot Rods by Boyd, that was one of Boyd's original trademarks. And I told him that that was available and it was going to be lost. So he took over that trademark and since has come back with Hot Rods by Boyd, and he's doing reels, and I believe he's doing really well for himself and his family. So I'm happy about that. And his youngest son is doing estate sales and things like that. I believe he's doing well too. And Boyd Jr., I'm not sure what is happening. The last I've heard, he's going through some health issues, which is too bad. I feel bad about that, but I'm not in constant communication with those boys, unfortunately.
Right.
But it was a really, really, really tough time for me personally, and lots of negativity. There was lots of websites that were put up, lots of things that I had killed Boyd. I mean, it was just, it was compacted with so much negativity around that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if people really know what happened to Boyd, but Boyd had a very, very small perforation in his intestines. He had ulcerative colitis.
Uh-huh.
He had, oh gosh, what's the one called where you can't have like strawberries and peanuts
Oh
in
yeah,
it?
because the nuts. It's.
Yeah,
Oh. Uh. My
you,
goodness. I mean, they
oh,
found a touch of it in me. What is?
it's lost my brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's it's like a colitis thing.
Yeah. It's.
Oh goodness sakes, we're probably going to get lots of emails
Exactly the truth.
on.
Uh.
I got to tell you, I'm a uh, Bactine and Band-Aid mom. That's my medical background.
Bactine
Um,
and band-aids.
that's what I am. But anyway, so he had a small. They said that it was the size of a pinhead,
Uh-huh.
and so what happened is Boyd actually passed from the sepsis from that. He did have diabetes for
Uh-huh.
years, and he had gastric bypass surgery. He lost all that weight,
Uh-huh.
and so he was only on diabetic tablets. He wasn't having to do the injections or anything at the later point in his life. But that's what got him was the sepsis, and we did everything for him. We tried to clean his blood and all of that, but unfortunately, it didn't work.
Yeah.
So that's why he passed. But he had a heck of a fight. We did a colostomy bag and all of that. But
Well,
and yeah,
it's it's
He fought.
it's terrible that
Yeah.
you got to finish your last of your years in that kind of health, you know. But that's
Right.
the
Right.
golden years. They're not golden, are they?
Well, my mother did tell me something, and now I believe her because I am in those golden years. She said the only thing golden is the color of your urine.
Very true.
You
Very,
know.
very true. Guaranteed. Very true. Guaranteed. If
And
Boyd
then
could,
she also said she had CRS, and I said, "What is that?" And she said, "Can't remember shit."
yeah. I tell you what, Joe, it's the truth, and I'm telling you that sometimes I get to thinking and running hard, you know, and I'm just like, oh, I forgot to completely do this, you know, and it's the truth. You don't remember it all, and it just
Yeah.
happens to all of us at one time or nothing, you know.
Well, I call it shiny ball syndrome.
Oh, if Boyd could walk through the door right now, and you had 5 minutes with him, what would you want to tell him?
I love him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That makes me cry almost.
And then I would tell him, "Hey, look who replaced you," and he would probably give Craig a pat on the back and say, "Good luck, buddy."
Sure. I think they would have got along, don't you?
Oh, I know they would have.
Right. Well, that's great. So, Joe, I want to thank you for being on tonight. I really do. I would love to have you back on again one night again with Craig. Maybe we can talk about his career in the motorcycle world of NHRA because I love drag racing. You know, I've
Okay.
always been a bow tie guy with that bow and arrow dream. That's what I love the drag racing, and that's it. So,
Okay, I will agree to it on one condition. You
okay.
give him grief about making me dust those 40 dang wallies in the other room.
Okay, I will definitely do because I know how big the Wallies are, and I know what you're talking about, and I definitely will. I just as a personal favor for you, I will do
Thank
that
you.
for sure,
Well,
guaranteed.
well, I gotta tell you, I tried. My girlfriend goes, "Well, why don't you just take, the blower and
Yeah,
just blow them off?" Well, then, they have all those little like metals on them.
yeah.
I had the metals dinging so bad, I don't know what those things are made out of, and I thought I was gonna chip off the noses. And I knew Wally parked commercially, and I thought Wally wouldn't like this if I chipped off his nose.
Guaranteed, guaranteed. So when it's finally time for you to just quit going to the car show scenes and just you want to just stay home, what do you want to be remembered as?
Do you know what? I just want to be remembered as a car girl, somebody that really loved people and loved the stories and loved car shows. But I'm gonna be like my girlfriend Linda Vaughn. I'm gonna get. It's not gonna be a Hers shifter or scooter. I'm gonna have a Boyd Coddington Team Scream Craig Treble scooter.
There you go. Cool. I love it. I love it very much. That's cool. Well, Joe, you have a fantastic night, and
And thank you very much
I,
for having me.
yeah,
Thank you.
I
I
hope you had a
appreciate
good
it.
time.
I
And
did.
well, that's good. That's good. And like I said, I'm a phone call away. If I can do anything for you,
Thank
I
you.
don't know what it would be, but I would be there for you in a heartbeat if I could do anything. And maybe
Thank
at one
you.
of these shows or one of these auctions, we'll run into each other one time because I'd love to meet you in person too.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. And you never know where I'm going to show up either.
That's the truth. We got some nice car shows out here in Colorado. We got the Night Owls have a big one, you know, and stuff like that. And then, of course, you know, you got good guys and all that. But we have some good ones out here. I'd love to see you
Hey,
come out
I've
one
got
time.
some great ones out here too, and I've got a bedroom, and I'll leave the light on for you.
Perfect. I might even take you up on that. You never know. But you
All
got to
right.
watch out because Rich will say that's his bedroom. You know, that's
Oh,
how
well,
he
I got
is.
two of them. We'll put Rich in the Wally room.
Make him dust all of them, right?
Right, I will.
There you
That
go.
that'll
He's
be
got to.
that'll
He
be
can
the
use his
shame.
beard to dust them off.
There you go. There
All
you
right,
go.
Joe. Tell Craig hi for me, and
Thank you very
we'll
much.
talk
And
to
I
you
want to
soon.
thank I I want to thank all of your listeners, too, for tuning in tonight and being a Boyd fan and being a Joe fan and being a Craig fan. Thank
Not
you.
a problem. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Bye
Take
bye.
care.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Okay, let's see here. Boy, that was a great episode, guys. I really enjoyed that show. I want to thank Joe for being on the show and just being such a great person, man. And I really want to thank Texas Rich, man, for introducing me to such a great lady. And Rich, once again, I don't know how I'll ever repay you, man. I guess I'll have to buy you 2 bowls of green M&Ms for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right here to Pedal to the Metal after a word from our sponsors.
Folks, auction season is here. And when it comes time to sell your equipment, livestock, estate items, or complete farm dispersal, you need an auction company you can trust. That's where the Holsworth Auction Company comes in. Serving Colorado and surrounding communities with honest service, hard work, and hometown values. Whether you're planning a farm auction, ranch dispersal, estate sale, livestock sale, or equipment reduction, the Holsworth Auction Company has the experience to help get the job done right. And now, with online internet bidding available, buyers can participate from just about anywhere, helping bring more attention to your sale and stronger bidding opportunities. Community-minded, professional, dependable. That's the Holsworth difference. Give Ken Holsworth a call today at 970-380-5305 or call John Clatworthy at 970-768-7500 or visit them online at theholsworthauctioncompany.com. The Holsworth Auction Company, LLC, where integrity still matters.
Let's take a look at our new partner, 6'9" Graphics and Design. A small design and marketing company, big on personalized service. They work closely with you to get your business noticed with graphics that stand out and grab attention. 6'9" Graphics and Design specializes in stickers, decals, and graphics for your hot rods, custom projects, so business marketing. They also offer logo design, brochure signs, business cards, banners, custom apparel, vehicle graphics, and much more. Remember, that's 6'9" Graphics and Design. Visit 69design.com or find them on Instagram at 69design.
Okay, guys, we're back. Whoa, what happened here? Oh, no, we're not done yet. I forgot about this part. There you go. Now we're done. Okay, now we're done. All right. This next song right here, guys, is as you've kind of figured out, most of my songs are about cars or trucks or something like that. I write a lot of songs about C10 trucks for my buddy Texas Rich for his show C10 America, and I've always really liked the COEs, and that's the cab over engine trucks. I mean, the older ones, they have really done a lot with them. I love seeing some of these trucks at the car shows and stuff, how they've really taken and fixed them up, put modern engines, modern transmissions, suspension, and stuff like that, and really really fixing them up cool. So this song here is called COE Flathead, and this is about a gentleman whose grandfather bought this COE brand new to help feed the family. And what he did was he was in the trucking business, and how the family business has grown into a major trucking company, and now the COE sits outside the gate at the trucking company with the lights on it and all that, just a testament of hard work and how he first started out. So we'll be right back here after this song.
Grandpa bought that COE brand new in 1942. Dark green paint and a flathead growl, rolling fresh out of the shop. Said this truck's gonna feed this family if the good Lord sees us through. And from that day on, that old cab over never stopped. He hauled feed and freight through the pouring rain, cold black coffee in calloused hands. From sunrise hills to midnight roads, just doing all one man can. That old engine rattled like thunder, but Grandpa swore it ran brand new. And every mile the truck rolled on was love carried through. My grandpa's COE still means the world to me. Every dent and every scar tells the story of who we are. Worked that truck from dusk till dawn just to keep his family strong. Yeah, some folks just see rust and age, but I still see history. When I close my eyes at night, I still hear those old gears sing. And my grandpa's COE. And one fall day he parked it down beside the barn out in the weeds, pulled the key and shut the door like he knew someday he'd wait for me. Years rolled by like old back roads while that COE watched seasons change. Paint faded thin beneath the dust, but to me it still looked the same. I spent my childhood climbing through it, hands wrapped tight around that wheel, shifting gears to nowhere special, dreaming how the highway felt. Lord, I drove 1,000,000 miles without that truck moving an inch. Just a little boy and Grandpa's ghost, riding through old memories. My grandpa's COE still means the world to me. Every dent and every scar tells the story of who we are. Worked that truck from dusk till dawn just to keep his family strong. Yes, some folks just see rust and age, but I still see history. And when I close my eyes at night, I still hear those old gears sing. And my grandpa's COE. So one day I rolled those barn doors open, sunlight hit that faded green, and I saw more than rust and memories. I saw the roots of everything. Grandpa built more than a truck back then. He built a life for you and me. And every mile that old rig hauled still rolls through this family. My grandpa's COE still means the world to me. Now 200 trucks roll coast to coast, carrying on his legacy. And every driver pulling loads feeds a family back at home, all because one man believed in hard work and honesty. Now when you roll into the yard by that big sign out front, you'll see my grandpa's COE.
never really leaves my grandpa's COE. Yeah, I still hear Grandpa say, take care of that old truck someday. And I did.
There you go, my grandpa's COE right there, guys. Hey, Jeff and Janet Rollins, I'm going to be starting on your song sometime this weekend. I appreciate you guys being on the show. Thank you very much. It's good to see you in here. I hope you guys come back for more shows. Guys, my friends down at Rise and Grind Coffee, located at 2026 for the 2026 schedule right here. They're located at 475 Singing Hills Road in Parker, Colorado. Not very far from my house. It's just a stone's throw, actually. They're having their big Caffeine and Cruisers show this Sunday. These are such great people, man. And this is such an awesome little show. Uh, when I had my show in Pueblo this year, uh, I was talking to Rhodey and Raul and Justin and them, and I was telling them, guys, I guess I'm going to have to try to find a bigger venue. And Rhodey turned to me and he said, you know what? He said, keep it small, keep it like it is. He said, because bigger is not better. And that's the way that this little Rise and Grind coffee place is. It's a small show, but they they get everybody represents so much at this show. I mean, there'll be times where there's probably 30, 35 cars out there, and on their anniversary, maybe 40, 45. And this is a small little lot, but these people are such good people, man. I just enjoy. It's on a Sunday always. It's in the morning at 9 o'clock. It usually ends by noon, and you just feel like it's at home, like you're at home, man. Everybody there is is just talking and having a good time, and they have this little coffee hut. It's just a little building. I mean, it's a small, small building, but these girls have turned this thing into just a really cool deal, man. And they've got coffees and drinks, all kinds of specialty drinks and stuff like that. And there's a line. Everybody supports them. It's just such a cool show. So if you ever get a chance and you're out here in the Parker area and it's on a Sunday and you hear of the Rise and Grind Coffees, Caffeine and Cruisers, man, you got to show up. You got to go. It's just the same way as my buddy Justin's Trucks and Screwdrivers, man. It's just such a awesome show because they're not big shows. They're just really really cool shows, man. And you got to support them. You got to support them because they're just great people. So if you hear Trucks and Screwdrivers or you hear of Caffeine and Cruisers, man, go to one of them. You'll find out that everybody there is very courteous. Everybody there is very friendly, and they'll sit down and talk to you, and you're welcome. I mean, you feel welcome is what it is. So make sure you do that. Also, we have Cars and Screwdrivers. They're going to be coming up on August the 23rd from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And it's a great show, man. It really really is. And I was gonna have this lady. She cuts my hair, Heather, and she is the one that puts this on. And I was gonna have her on the show, but uh, things have just been so hectic here lately that I lost track of time. I mean, I've got all these shows. I have a very good friend whose son passed away, and we have to go to his memorial. I have a luncheon, I mean, a dinner that I have to go to that night, and I'm not going to be able to make it this year, and it's really bummed me out because I want to support Heather and all of her guys, down there. They do such a fantastic job. But if you get a chance to do that, it's Cars and Cigars, It's the fourth annual charity car and motorcycle show. It's August the 23rd from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and it's located at 22691 Aurora Park Way. So if you know anything about Aurora Park Way, there's a Parkway Grill. It's in the same shopping center, but it's just down towards the west on the building. You can't miss it. I mean, the whole parking lot's full of classic cars, man. So it's another good show to make sure you attend. So if you get a chance, please come and at least support these people when they have these shows, because they're doing them for good causes, and it's great to be able to go and support them and just have a good time, because the fellowship is really awesome at those two shows. So this next song here, I made it. It's about a young man that he didn't have a lot of friends, so he threw himself into buying model kits, and he would take these model kits and he would customize them and do things to them as you know, and learned as he went along. Well, as he got older, he started doing this with cars, and then all of a sudden people started noticing his work. Like Joe said, you know, she said, you know, or like Boyd said, you know, if you start continuing to do this, people are going to notice this. And this young man in this song, he ended up you know, being a real famous car builder and stuff. It's not made about anybody or anything like that, but this here is called Model Kit Dreams. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
I stayed to myself, didn't have many friends like everybody else. Friday nights meant that old hobby store, staring at them shiny boxes lined wall to wall. Take them home and build them all weekend long. Paint flames where the decals said they belonged. Chrome on the engine, custom stand so mean. Every little model was a young boy's dream. While the other kids were chasing bigger things, I was building hot rods with tiny machine springs. Those model kit dreams on my bedroom shelf were more than little toys to me and nobody else. They were my way out, my way to believe that one day I'd build the real thing. I didn't care much about college schemes. Only thing I knew was those model kit dreams. I went to work down at an old body shop. Learned real quick how to shape and chop, how to work the metal and make engines sing. Lay down paint smooth as a wedding ring. Funny how it all came naturally, like those little plastic cars prepared me. Every line I drew and every custom scene started with the model kit dreams. Those model kit dreams on my bedroom shelf turned into a life I built myself. Now people bring me cars from miles around, trusting these two hands to lay perfection down. from a lonely kid nobody had ever seen to a man known for his model kid dreams. Now there's cars I built on TV screens, museum lights shining down on machines. People stop and stare at the work I've done, but they don't know where it all begun. It started with a kid in a quiet room, glue on his hands and a heart full of fumes. Those dreams in a box made a life for me, built from passion, paint, and creativity. And every time I hear them, oh, shop to scream, I still see that boy with his model kid dreams. Yeah, that lonely kid finally found his wings inside those model kid dreams.
Model Kid Dreams right here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music. You know, most of my, like I said, most of my songs are about automobiles or, you know, cowboy stuff, different things like that. I made these next two songs. I have a set of toy kid cap guns that are still in the case. And I can remember as a kid playing cap guns and you know, bang bang, shoot 'em up and all that stuff with my friends, and we had such a great time. And you know, now you can't even do that because it's, I don't know, you're teaching kids violence. Come on, really? I mean, we grew up with we grew up with some pretty serious cartoons, man. You know, coyote falling off the cliff and a big giant rock lands on him and flattens him and he walks away. Elmer Fudd blowing up, the shotgun blowing up backwards in his face. I mean, come on. And that didn't make me want to go around and kill people, you know? It really, and neither did the cap guns. Neither, the cap guns didn't at all. I mean, I shot a lot of damn cowboys and Indians, I'm telling you that right now. Or when we played Army, I shot a lot of bad guys. But it was never went any farther than just play. I mean, I just don't understand. We harp on it too much is what we do. But that could be another show. That could be another whole 2 hours I could talk about stuff like that. And I'm really not wanting to go there. So this one is called Catgut Memories. And then the next one after that, we're going to do back-to-backs here, is called the Pinewood Derby Memories. This Pinewood Derby Memories is about a Pinewood Derby car that my son and I built for his Boy Scouts, and we got to race it and stuff. And I still have the car. I'm looking at it right now, and I think I've brought it out and showed you guys the car before, and it's just sitting right there. I'm looking at it, and so that song's about mine and his time of building this Pinewood Derby car. So first song is going to be Capgun Memories, and then Pinewood Derby Memories. We'll be right back here on A Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
I remember when we were young, playing cowboys and Indians, man, it was fun. Backyard dust and a plastic gun, chasing dreams in the setting sun. Army battles with our friends, didn't know where the day would end. No one thought nothing wrong back then, just kids being kids again. We built our forts out of sticks and dirt, bandanas tied, old hand-me-down shirts. Every scratch just made it worse, like we were living out a movie verse. No screens, no wires, no place to be, just imagination running free. We didn't need no batteries, just a spark and a memory. I thank God I got them cap gun memories, echoes ringing through them old oak trees. Bang, bang dreams and a fearless heart, playing heroes in our own backyard. No hate, no harm, just make believe. Yeah, that's the way it used to be. And I wouldn't trade nothing for what made me those cap gun memories. Now they say those days were wrong, try to tell us what we grew up on. Say those toys made us too strong, like we didn't know right from wrong. Talking about bands and drawing lines, judge the past through different times, but they never lived those simple rhymes of dirt road days and childhood minds. They didn't run through fields at dusk, didn't feel that freedom rush, didn't turn stick to something tough or make believe feel real enough. Didn't grow up the way we did, where a dream was all it took to live, before the world got complicated and every little thing got debated. Yeah, we grew up and we turned out fine, learned respect and wrong from right. Those little games didn't change our way, they just helped us find our place in a world that moves too fast today. I still hear them echoes when I pray. I thank God I got them cap gun memories, echoes ringing through them old oak trees. Bang, bang dreams and a fearless heart, playing heroes in our own backyard. No hate, no harm, just make believe. Yeah, that's the way it used to be. And I wouldn't trade nothing for what made me those cap gun memories. I remember getting that block of wood, meeting you at the table like a father should, trying to dream up a design in our heads, sawdust falling while the old clock said the work was long but the style was right. We stayed up sanding half the night, and when it finally came together clean, you were the proudest kid
I'd ever seen. We sent it off for the final touch. Fresh paint, decals, man, it meant so much. When it came back, we both just stared at that little car like a dream we shared. We knew right then we had something rare, a little piece of pride sitting right there. More than wood and four small wheels, it was something only time reveals. It was pine wood derby memories, built with love and a little belief. Four wheels rolling down the track, time but the real win was yours and mine. From sawdust dreams to that trophy shine, I'd go back there if I could rewind. 'Cause the fastest thing that I ever learned is how them little moments turn. Night of the race, folks walking in, there it sat right in the middle of them, spinning slow on that mirrored stand. Roped off, proud just like we planned. Little trophies lined up all around, people stopping, pointing from the crowd. Lights dancing off that painted frame like a museum piece with our last name. And then they called out best in show, and I felt my chest just start to glow. When they said our names out loud, I saw your smile through the crowd. You looked at me with pride so true, like all the world was me and you. You took that trophy in your hands, and I swear you stood 10 feet tall that night. Then came time for the race to run, side by side with everyone. We didn't win it, but we held our ground. Second place when it all came down, and we laughed and smiled all the way back home with 2 trophies and a moment grown. Not first place, but we didn't care. We already won, just being there. Now that car sits on a shelf somewhere, a little dust settled in the air. And you ain't that little boy I knew, but I still see him every time I do. Run my hand across that painted frame, and I hear you calling out my name. Funny how time rolls on so fast, but a memory like that, it always lasts. It was Pinewood Derby memories, built with love and a little belief. Four wheels rolling down a track, a time but the real win was yours and mine. From sawdust dreams to that trophy shine, I'd go back there if I could rewind. Yeah, the fastest thing this life can be is a dad and his boy, and a memory.
Pinewood Derby memories right here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music. This next song up, ladies and gentlemen, is called That Old Gas Station. We'll be right back here with the show.
That old gas station's memories, I was driving down that highway, just chasing time away.
Sun was sinking low, in and out another day. Looked off to the right, through the dust and faded light. Saw an old gas station, barely hanging on to life. I pulled over slow, let the engine idle down. Gravel crunching underneath, not a soul around. Walked up to the door, paint peeling off the frame. Felt like something there, still whispering a name. There were calendars on the wall, stuck in yesterday. Old Coke signs and coffee cups, long gone cold and gray. There was a note on the door, barely hanging anymore. Said it's been great serving you, but we gotta close the doors. I stood there a while, just letting it sink in, like I could hear the voices of the folks that had been laughing round the counter, counting out their change, trying to make a living in a world that always changed. That old gas station's memories still echo in the breeze. Was it just a stop along the way, or a lifeline for families? Did it keep the lights on, feed the kids at night, put clothes on their backs, keep a roof pulled tight? I just stand here wondering why it still feels alive to me. Yeah, that old gas station's memories. Sign out front still saying 29 cents a gallon. Back when a dollar stretched and a man could make it happen. Pumps are long gone, weeds growing through the cracks, but you can almost hear the engines rumbling back. Probably fixed 1,000 flats, checked 1,000,000 gauges, heard 1,000,000 stories pass through those dusty stages. From first dates to road trips, truckers passing through. Every mile of life stopped here for a minute or two. That old gas station's memories still echo in the breeze. Was it just a stop along the way, or a lifeline for families? Did it keep the lights on, feed the kids at night, put clothes on their backs, keep a roof pulled tight? I just stand here wondering why it still feels alive to me. Yeah, that old gas station's memories. Maybe someone's daddy worked behind that countertop, dreaming about a better life that never really stopped. Maybe some young kid grew up sweeping those floors. Now he's out there chasing something more. And maybe it don't look like much to passing eyes, but there's a whole lot of living in that old roadside life. That old gas station's memories ain't just rusting broken dreams. They're every mile, every smile, every how have you been in between. It was more than gas and oil, more than just a place to be. Yeah, it was life, it was love, it was everything in between. Now I climb back in and drive away, but it stays right here with me. Yeah, that old gas station's memory.
gas station's memories.
Still alive, Ethan McDonald, right here. McDowell, Mr. McDowell, I owe my life to that tailpipe tune.
I owe my life
That's right, Ethan, I'm still alive, buckaroo.
tailpipe tune. All my life since I was young, I loved hot rods and the tailpipe tune. Every ride I ever owned had its own kind of rumble to it. Old Chevys, Fords, a few worn trucks, headers barking when I fired them up. Every engine had a voice, and that sound was my kind of noise. I owe my life to that tailpipe tune, that rumble rolling underneath the moon. That big block thunder shook my soul, did more for me than rock and roll. Cruising highways, back road afternoons, listening to those tailpipe tunes. When the world said I was through, I found my life in that tailpipe tune. And one day about 2 years ago, doctor sat me down real slow, said, son, the news ain't looking good. There's something in you that shouldn't be there. Cancer was the word he said, felt like lightning in my head. On the drive back home I cried, thinking maybe this was the end. I owe my life to that tailpipe tune, that rumble rolling underneath the moon. That big block thunder shook my soul, did more for me than rock and roll. Cruising highways, canyon afternoons, listening to those tailpipe tunes. When the world said I was through, I found my life in that tailpipe tune. Walked out to my old shop that night, stealing chrome under dusty lights. Every hot rod standing proud like they knew what I was thinking about. So I climbed in that old truck seat, turned the key and woke that beast. The radio blaring loud and clear, but it didn't change a thing inside of me. So I shut it off and there it was, the deep down rumble I always loved. That big block heartbeat in the night started making everything feel right. I owe my life to that tailpipe tune, that rumble rolling underneath the moon. That big block thunder shook my soul, did more for me than rock and roll. Cruising highways, prairie afternoons, listening to those tailpipe tunes. When the world said I was through, I found my life in that tailpipe tune. Through the canyons and the plains, let that motor ease the pain. Every mile the fear would fade, every mile a little faith, that rumble running through my veins like medicine in
6 months later, I walked back in, doctor staring at the screen again. Said, son, I don't know what to say. The thing we found has gone away. He said, I can't explain your case. Never seen results like this. I said, doc, it's simple truth. I know exactly what it is. I owe my life to that tailpipe tune, that rumble rolling underneath the moon. That big block thunder shook my soul, did more for me than rock and roll. Cruising highways, canyon afternoons, listening to those tailpipe tunes. If I make it past 78, I'll thank that big block Chevy V8. Yeah, the answer to life's blues is the sound of those big block tailpipe tunes.
Been one of those weeks, nothing lined up right. Alarm clock mornings, long days, short nights. But the weekend's here and the sky's turning blue. Sun shining strong like it's calling me through. Keys hit the dash, door shuts clean. Fire that motor, hear that horsepower sing. All the noise in my head starts slipping away soon as those tires hit the end of the driveway. Windshield therapy, that's what I need. Just me and the road, let my worries bleed. Windows down, fresh air hitting my face. Favorite song on time, slowing its pace. County highway as far as I can see. Yeah, nothing heals me like windshield therapy. Climbing mountain roads lined with tall pine trees. Cool, clean air rolling in on the breeze. Smell of the forest, summer in the shade. Feels like the world finally hit the brakes. River rushing by right next to the lane. Sunlight dancing off the water again. Every curve feels like a brand new start. Every mile lightens a heavy heart. Windshield therapy, let it roll. Blacktop medicine for the heart and soul. Windows down, let that mountain air breathe. Every mile's taking more weight off me. Just me, my ride, and a little clarity. Yeah, I'm finding myself in windshield therapy. You can ride alone or with a few good friends, laughing loud, hoping the road don't end. No clock, no plans, just moments made, turning simple drives into memories saved. Just me and my hot rod, taking it in. Wind talking back through the open wind. Sometimes the cure ain't what they prescribe. It's a stretch of road and a long, slow drive. Windshield therapy, peace of mind. Leave the mess of the world behind. Windows down, feel alive and free. Mountain air doing something good to me when life gets heavy and I need river runs free. Just me, my ride, and the road ahead of me. Windshield therapy.
Windshield therapy right there. Somebody forgot to tell the drummer the song was over on that song. Guaranteed right there. How you doing, Sam? Ditto, my brother. Glad to see you back, man. Ethan, remember that little chihuahua we were talking about on Tuesday? You better watch it. You better watch it. He's going to come looking for you, Ethan. Guaranteed. Cousin Debbie, I don't have a dancing career, and I don't think that that Rhodey or George would have one either. I don't think so. I think that's probably about as far as we can go right there. So anyway, let's see. It's 9:13. Let's go to 9:30, and we'll play one or two more songs, and then we'll get out of here. I really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight, man. I hope you liked the show. I thought it was an exceptionally awesome show with Jo Coddington tonight. She just made it that much better, and it was really great to talk to her and bring you that interview, guys. And I really do look forward to talking to Craig and her again and setting up another show, because Craig, he had some great careers in motorcycles in the NHRA. So I think I'm getting some therapy tomorrow. That's what Debbie said. Drinking schnapps is not therapy, Debbie. Okay? It's just not. But anyway, this next song right here is called Small Town Famous. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the... This is who Ethan McDowell is. He is small town famous.
Just a porch light and a beat-up case. Mama saying, boy, don't run too fast. Playing for the mirror, playing for the wall, dreaming bigger than this gravel pad. A radio hum and a six-pack crowd, stars on the hood of a hand-me-down. Singing low so the world don't hear, but I swear I feel them listening now. Every mile I drove, every note I played was a step toward a bigger stage. I'm small town famous, Friday night loud, county fair lights and a shouting crowd. Might not be Nashville, might not be gold, but they know my name when the story's told. Hands in the air, singing every line. Yeah, for a few good minutes, man, I'm doing just fine. Might not be rich, but I sure ain't nameless. Tonight in this town, I'm small town famous. Coffee and midnight miles, posters taped on every diner door. Buddies selling shirts out the back of the truck. Kids wanna hear that second encore. Granddad's hat in the front row seat. High school friends stomping their boots to the beat. Ain't no limo, just a long dirt drive, but this stage feels 10 feet high. Every doubt I had, every closed down bar led me right here to where we are. I'm small town famous, Friday night loud, county fair lights and a shouting crowd. Might not be Nashville, might not be gold, but they know my name when the story's told. Hands in the air, singing every line. Yeah, for a few good minutes, man, I'm doing just fine. Might not be rich, but I sure ain't nameless. Tonight in this town, I'm small town famous. I'm small town famous. Maybe tomorrow is back to work, back to punching that clock on time. But right now, this mic, these lights, this song, man, this moment's mine. Yeah, I'm small town famous, hands in the sky. Sing it with me, let the good times fly. Might not be legends, might not be stars, but we own this stage and this old guitar. Every heart beating to the same refrain, every dream feeling real again. Might not be rich, but I sure ain't nameless. Tonight in this town, I'm small town famous. I'm small town famous. Just a porch light and a beat up case, but I finally found my place. Been working all week just for the weekend, punching clocks, counting down the time. Me and the boys, yeah, we're all leaning toward a jukebox and a neon sign. The girls will be there looking sharp and dressed just right. New outfits glowing under neon light, looking for a belt buckle they can make shine bright on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Screen door swings and the smoke rolls in, bar stools scrape on a hardwood floor. You can feel that buzz right under your skin like you've been here 1,000 times before. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Band fires up, man, it's feeling just right. Cold beer clinking under sawdust lights, hearts beating time to a fiddle tight. Laughs get loud, worries fade out of sight. Every wrong feels a little more right. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Band hits the stage, drummer counts it down. Steel guitar starts crying sweet. Boot heels thump as the floor goes round, spinning circles down to the beat. Strangers smile like they've been friends for years. Hands in the air, not a care nowhere. Every song sounds better when you're right here. And the night's still young, yeah, the coast is clear. Bartender grins, pours another round. Someone laughs at an old inside joke. That little red dress is spinning me around under them lights and a little bit of smoke. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Neon humming like it's holding us tight. Long week gone by, the second chorus hits. Yeah, this is as good as it gets. Hands held close, boots moving just right. Every dream feels within sight. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Ain't nobody checking clocks anymore. Ain't nobody thinking about Monday blues. If there's heaven hid behind a screen door, it probably sounds just like this tune. Fiddle screams, crowd yells one more song. Sweat on the wall, but we don't mind. Hold her close while the night rolls on, trying to slow down time. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Band still playing like it's the last light. Boots worn down, but the spirit's high. Moon hanging low in a Texas sky. If tomorrow comes, it can wait outside. 'Cause right now, man, we're doing it right. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Door swings shut, but the memory's tight. Still humming that song in the morning light. Yeah, me and the boys will be talking about that honky-tonk Saturday night.
Well, there you go. Two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Ethan, I appreciate that, man. I didn't realize that you like that kind of music, son. I didn't realize it. I'll have to put a little something together for you, Ethan, of some of these songs, man. Kind of think of some names and then tell me, and I'll put something together for you here. Guys, you know, all good things must come to an end, and this will be the last song for the evening. I want to thank Jo Coddington for being on the show tonight. Very, very special lady to take time out of her very busy schedule and to be on this podcast. I really do appreciate it. I want to thank Texas Rich for his friendship and all of the things that he's done for me. I want to thank you guys for being in here every week, just hanging out with me, listening to songs, listening to me ramble on, and it just means so much to me. I mean, thank you very much. This song here goes out to a good buddy of mine, and when I play it, he'll know exactly who it is. So y'all have a blessed evening. I love you guys. I'll see you on Sunday. I'm not going to tell you who's on because it's, like I said, everything worked out with this one, so I'm not going to mention it. I will post it, though, and let you know who's going to be on. So anyway, you guys have a blessed night. Have a great weekend. Be safe. If you're traveling, be safe. If you're staying at home, be safe. And you know what? Just be safe, man. Hug your loved ones, and I'll see you Sunday. This is Roller. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Sam Ditto's a man who likes to ride. Hands on the grips, throttle twisted wide. Never argued being called heavy-wristed. That engine talks and he always listens. Bought his first bike in 2008. Texoma Harley sealed his fate. Old soft-tail, pearl, white and blue. That bike felt born for breaking loose. He's been riding since 17. Wind on his face, heart running free. One road speak when the world gets loud. Chrome and miles keep him steady now. Yeah, some men pray, some men roll. Sam Doodle rides that country blues road. The oil patch of morning, sun barely high. Riding to work while the rest drive by. Days on the road, man, he misses those days. Highway home in a different way. Hard head off, gloves pulled tight. That ride home felt better than right. Gas tank singing, engine warm. Felt more alive than he'd ever been born. He's been riding since 17. Wind on his face, heart running free. When the nights get long and the roads get tired, that motor's truth never wants a lie. Yeah, some men pray, some men roll. Sam Ditto rides that country blues road. Then love came along like love always does. Wedding rings and grown-up stuff. Traded the soft tail, tried to slow it down, but no bike after felt quite right around. Bought one just to flip for play. Didn't plan on keeping it anyway, but the first owner treated her like gold. Every service loved, every story told. Some things don't speak till you take it slow. And they grab your heart and won't let go.
and that in between. When the cold rolls in and nights run along, that engine hum feels like an old blues song. Yeah, some men pray, some men roll. Sam Diddle rides that country blues road. He gave that bike his own kind of style, lifted the front fender a couple inches high, 21-inch flat spoke, black and chrome, front end tall like it finally found home. Dropped the back with an air ride low, 16-inch flat spoke, tucked in slow, Merlot sun glow, shining deep and bold. She's a fine-looking dresser, truth be told. Hobo nickel shining clean and bright, time and cover stamped to mark his life. And Mitchell said, so the whole world knows, that bike ain't borrowed, that bike's his soul. I ride all I can till the cold sets in. When 40 hits, old bones don't bend. Batteries fade and the wind cuts sharp, but the dream still pulls on the same old hard days on the road. That's a full-time plan. The bike's jelly to my homemade biscuit, man. If I could, I'd ride all day long. Wind in my hair, fish tape, singing their song. He's been riding since 17, still chasing miles, still riding clean. Life changed lanes, but the road stayed true. Every scar earned, every mile due. Yeah, some men pray, some men roll. Sam Diddle rides that country blues road. Heavy wristed, hands still strong, Merlot sun glow rolling on. Yeah, the road knows his name and the road remembers him.
All right, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Pedal to the Metal. I want to send out a huge thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in and supporting the show. I also want to thank all of our amazing sponsors. You're the ones that help keep the wheels turning, and we truly appreciate you. Be sure to join us every Wednesday and Sunday. We kick things off with music at 6 p.m. each night, and the full show starts at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Until next time, keep the pedal down, heads high, and we'll see you at the next show.